You know, a lot of people seem confused about how to suggest a video for the Drunken Peasants podcast. A lot of people try to tweet them to us. A lot of people send them to Drunken Peasants email box. I'm sorry, but all of that is just wrong, okay? The only place that we look at videos and consider them for the show is if you send them as a private message on the Drunken Peasants Facebook page. And not only should you send us your links there, you should clearly label what they are. Like, here's a news story I think you guys should talk about. Here's a crazy video on YouTube. Here's someone for troll or not a troll. Here's something for a stupid ad segment. Here is me asking you guys a question. And that's where it belongs, in our Facebook inbox, clearly labeled. Because other than that, we ain't gonna pay attention to it, and you've just wasted your time. Sorry to say. Do you shop on Amazon.com? Of fucking course you do. You're a human being like anyone else, and you live in the 21st fucking century. So yeah, you're shopping on Amazon.com. But here's a question you need to ask yourself. Why aren't the Drunken Peasants getting a fucking share of that money that I spend on Amazon? Well, we could be. All you have to do is use the Amazon affiliate links provided below in every episode of the Drunken Peasants. Well, at least all the recent ones and all the upcoming ones. Check it out. If you're going to be buying something on Amazon anyway, why not support one of your favorite podcasts? In fact, your favorite podcast overall, let's be honest. Why not support your favorite podcast in the process? If you're going to buy something on Amazon, use the Drunken Peasants Amazon affiliate links so that we can get some of your money. Not just Amazon. Hey guys, if you enjoy the Drunken Peasants podcast, be sure to go to audibletrial.com/Drunken Peasants to get your free audio book. They have books like The God Delusion or Mr. Mercedes by Stephen King. Also, 150,000 other titles to choose from. So be sure to check that out. It supports the show and you get a free audiobook in the process. So what the fuck do you have to lose? The Drunken Peasants podcast is satirical in nature, and while we do occasionally delve into serious issues and discussions, our primary purpose is to entertain and amuse. In other words, don't take this shit too seriously.
Coming to you live from the frigid armpit of America, this is the Drunken Peasants Podcast with Ben and TJ, bringing you opinions of the news from an altered perspective.
Suck it!
There are starving children in the world, right?
Show me a child. Show me some empirical evidence it's happened. Yes,
what the fuck is wrong with you?
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
What the fuck is going on? Nothing, TJ. You're garbage. You're garbage, TJ.
And now, here are your hosts, Ben and TJ. Welcome, everyone, to the Drunken Peasants Podcast, where we continue to DP the fuck out of the news and other people. And ourselves. Woo!
Fire. I know there was a brick video in there in the end.
Riots and looting and skulls and death.
Was there a Bricks 2 also?
Yep.
Yes.
So it's an ongoing series, basically.
It's going to be an epic trilogy at some point.
At some point, Bricks 3 will come out. The people haven't really demanded it, though.
Doesn't matter.
I think the big question...
When the people rush the Bastille and fucking shit, that's when we're gonna do it.
I think the best... I think the biggest question now is, will there be an Eggs 2?
Yes, there will.
I hung God.
Now that you mention it, there will be an Eggs 2.
Eggs 2.
I don't know if
If
Scotty
you want...
be
No,
an active participant in
TJ.
it,
If you want to see Eggs 2, then give this video a thumbs up.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, what a cheap one.
I know.
All right,
but it
let's do
works.
Let's do
yes.
it. You want to see Scotty star in Eggs 2.
Eggs 2.
Thumbs up.
If we get more likes than the last video, then we'll do it. That's the only way.
Would you eat an egg in Eggs 2?
I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll have to see what happens, but there will be an Eggs 2 if we beat our likes.
I promise everyone I will push for that. Speaking of pushing things, Patreon. Our next month of Patreon shit is coming up. So if you want to get in on the private show or the commentary shit we do, last month we did it about 80s cartoons. Who knows what the fuck it'll be this month?
Yeah,
probably more 80s cartoons.
We've done old movies, 80s cartoons. We did some gaming.
Yeah.
So it's usually, you know,
just a random little nugget of content for people. And there's the Google Hangouts. You can also get in on that. And there's a bunch of other shit too. You can check it all out. Patreon.com/DP. It's over here. I always want to point the other way.
Yes.
And we'll put an annotation up for the people who are incredibly lazy like us.
Look at that.
Because I know I'm pretty lazy.
There will be an annotation
eventually. Yes.
And, you know, if you want to get in on it next month, you got to become a patron this month, because then if you don't, you miss your window and you got to wait till the next month of shit. So if you want in on this month of shit, you've got to get in on it before this month ends, and I don't need to tell you, but the month is coming to a close pretty damn soon.
Really?
Y'all.
I did not even realize that. I'm shocked.
I actually thought it was July already earlier.
She's like, it's July, isn't it, guys? We're like, no. Sorry, TJ, it's not July.
It's July when I say it's
The 4
July.
Julys, huh, TJ?
The 4th of Julys, Scotty.
Okay.
We only have 700.
These corn pones is fresh.
We only have 700 thumbs up right now.
No one gives a shit about eggs, Scotty.
I
All
guess they
those
don't
people
want
that
the
were
eggs,
so
too.
passionate about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
All the egg fans out there, you're apparently not that passionate.
Apparently,
You might see me eat an
was,
egg. The enemy of eggs might eat an egg.
it
But
was a
I guess they don't want to see that.
It was a vocal minority.
Yeah, it was a vocal
apparently.
minority.
Most people just
We'll
don't
see.
give a fuck.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see how high it gets. Like, how many likes will we need to get
Just
to
more than the last video.
It has to have more than the previous video.
the previous video?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the previous video.
So it has to beat its.
So whenever that happens, or if
predecessor.
it happens, I mean, obviously, if it's like 6 months from now, that doesn't count. But if it's like a week from now, sure, we'll still do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eggs too. This time I'm gonna throw
I want
eggs at
to.
Scotty.
I want to have a part in eggs too.
Okay. You can help me throw eggs at Scotty.
Yeah, that's not gonna fucking happen.
No, eggs. I already know what the.
I'll throw
concept
bullets
is.
back at you. You can throw eggs at me.
Scotty is
Let's
going. We're
pitch
gonna,
this,
We're
pitch
gonna
this.
wake Scotty up in the middle of the night.
Nah, I don't really like
Drag him out of bed.
that. Beat me with soap.
No.
Soap in a sock.
Soap in a
No.
sock. No, it'll be nickels.
No.
or oranges.
Nothing,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Nothing so crude as that. We're gonna tie him to a tree in the backyard, and then we're gonna proceed to throw eggs at him until he is dead.
Well, that's actually not that good of a torture. What you need to do is you keep throwing the eggs at me. At first, you hurt me really bad. I'm like, ow, stop throwing eggs. If you eat some eggs right now, it'll stop.
Yeah.
If you
These were tortured. These were tortured eggs, Scotty.
the
Eat
only
them.
way to make it stop.
Is to eat eggs and admit you were wrong about
I hope
them.
the one that we select for you is one of those fucked up ones that actually has a fertilized.
Oh,
embryo.
that's so rare.
Yeah.
It's so rare.
That's pretty fun.
I hope I crack it open and like a little.
enjoy your
chick
chicken
comes out.
periods. Yeah, here's a little chick you just killed.
It's even
Scotty.
better if it's like alive and it starts cheeping at you.
Eat it.
Eat it, Scotty.
There'd have to
Ain't
be a rooster around the chickens for that to happen, right?
Well, we'll buy some organic ones. Maybe a rooster snuck in somewhere.
I don't know. There's different ways we could go with it, but eggs too. I guess will happen.
Some kind of shit'll happen. Well, if the people thumbs it up.
thumbs it up.
If that's what they want.
If they don't want that, they won't do it. There you
They
go.
demonstrate the
The
desire.
Drunken Peasants. We do what the fucking fans want.
we already have 1,000 thumbs up now.
1,000 thumbs up. Well,
Sweet.
we'll have to see where it goes.
Sweat.
Do you want me to see how many the last video had?
Yeah, how many does
Yeah,
it last?
see what the benchmark
So
is.
let's see what the benchmark is.
So the very last video that we did.
yeah. But of course it might get more too in the meantime.
yeah, well, if that happens, that happens. I have no control over that.
Scotty has
Let's
no
see.
control.
I have no
It
control.
has 3,398
Okay,
likes.
so it has to beat that 3,380 likes. There you go.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so we asked, and you sent it to us. We have some weird Craigslist shit.
And there's some really fucking weird shit. I'm not sure if they're just trolls or not, but
No.
they're not.
We're just going to assume no.
Oh, I don't know. There's people that do troll Craigslist, but
We're going to assume no.
Yes, we're going to
They're
assume.
all real.
so if it's troll or not a troll, we're saying not a troll.
This one's very straightforward here.
Come to my dark porch and let me suck you off. Male for male, 39 in Marshalltown.
Marshalltown.
Hosting tonight.
Marshalltown.
Come anonymous
Oh
if you want. Can be dark and discreet. I blow you and you leave. What if I want to stick around?
I blow you and you leave.
Lights will be off. No talking. Under 25 and disease free only. You said no talking.
No talk. Yeah, how
I have.
are you even going to ascertain this stuff from them with no talking?
It's like the guy's like, I can imagine
this
a guy
is
trying to
the
go up
honor
there.
system.
This person's a hopeless romantic.
Dude, I can imagine some guy going up there. Oh yeah, you have an erection. Don't talk anymore. I'm sorry, I didn't finish this. I'm sorry, I wanted to say I have AIDS. Sorry about that. Well, bye.
I wonder about, like, this is no, like, this doesn't seem like it's anyone's, like, actual, like, fantasy. This is just like, this is what I can get, basically.
They must do this a lot, 'cause it's posted 15 days ago, updated 3 hours ago. Do you see a spelling error or something?
He added the no talking clause.
Oh,
the last guy was a real chatterbox,
So annoying.
He was like, what's your name? Don't ask me these kind of things.
You just went up to that guy's house for some other purpose, like trying to deliver a package, or like, you're like, we're trying to get people to sign up for this political action group or something. And this guy just walks over, okay. Like, whoa, what are you doing, man?
Hey, I said no talking.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut
up and just enjoy the moment.
Just enjoy your fucking blowjob and then leave.
Probably blow some Mormons or something.
I don't know. I think you need a little bit more pomp and circumstance than that usually.
Yeah.
He's a hopeless romantic.
He is a hopeless romantic. Come on, he wants to give blowjobs to anonymous people, if you want.
All right, so here's the next one.
It doesn't even seem worth driving to someone else's house, so you go in a dark room where you can't even see them. So, they could be like some fucking...
It's his dark porch.
Goonies mutant.
You're not even really going to his house.
It sounds like being dark and discreet is like optional, right?
Can be dark and discreet.
Not will be. Can
But
be.
it says lights will be off and no talking, so...
I blow you and you leave.
So that makes it sound less optional.
Huh.
I blow you and you leave.
So you can't even linger for a minute? Can't pull up your
He
pants.
really
like,
is
go.
a romantic guy, honestly.
Go.
Who's
You're
next?
done.
Kick me in the balls. Male for male, 29 in WDSM, but it sounds more like BDSM.
I want you to kick me in the balls. No sex or nudity required. Boots are AA+ if you got them.
He's so peppy.
Those are a double A plus or A plus plus.
A plus plus if you got
plus.
boots, because I really like getting kicked in the balls with boots.
I guess he does. I mean, come on.
Whee!
Kick him in the balls, TJ. Kick him in the balls. Kick him in the balls. A 1978 GMC G15 custom Star Trek boogie van.
I have reluctantly, we would like to shrink the family vehicle stable as we now have 2 small boys in no time, decided to sell my 1978 GMC Vendura custom van. The van was built up from stock in 1979-80. Paint was done by G.S. Roy, a well-known Canadian artist. I contacted Mr. Roy, who remembers painting this van as well as another for the owner's cousin. That one was mermaid-themed. Wish I knew where it was. The van is a survivor and sat for years in storage, owned by the same family from the new 2012, 33 years. Okay. I purchased it in 2013 from Ontario and shipped it out to the West Coast here in Why is all this information necessary?
He just wants people to know the fucking history of the van, TJ.
Waxing nostalgic about Star Trek, the van currently has a little over 25,000
Speak American. Oh, there you go.
15,000
okay,
miles on
good.
it,
No, I
showing on the
understand.
odometer. I can't verify for sure that this isn't whatever. Oh my God, it goes on.
So long. Fuck.
Is there an actual
Holy
picture of the
shit.
van?
Yeah, that's what. Oh, here it is.
Oh, dude, that van is sweet.
Yeah.
This fucking van is sweet. I want to buy this fucking van.
Yeah, this isn't really so much funny as it's
Awesome.
yes.
I want this.
Dude, how much does this van fucking cost?
This is the new official Drunken
Yeah.
Peasants van.
We need to crowdfund the Drunken Peasants van. We'll just add DP somewhere to it. DP, whatever. Crowdsource
crazy.
this.
We could just draw Ben's mask on the middle one.
Yeah, there you go.
And we could put your sunglasses on another one.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, I got you to admit you're wearing sunglasses.
What's that?
Yeah.
I said sounds good about the van.
No, you said sounds good about your sunglasses.
No, I said sounds good about the van. I'm just, sunglasses?
Next
You're
one.
still not denying it. Regarding my human female, it seems I have come to an impasse with my time. My human requires a companion. He has become quite bothersome to my plans of household destruction, thwarting my efforts to conquer the entire space. That's where you come into my devious plan. I wish for you to distract my human, take him out of the dwelling for a period of time, so I may see my plans come to fruition. With his attention off of myself, I may go about my plans uninhibited. My human is very tall by standards of measure. His strength knows no bounds, and he lifts me with such carefree ease. This could be a problem for me one day. He also flaps his gums at me often, staring at me with his big blue eyes in a faint hope I am listening. I do enjoy his taste in moving images on the magic box, though. A game of swatting an object into yarn, netting on frozen water. This game intrigues me. What is this person talking about?
It's clearly like a dating thing. He's trying to be clever.
Okay. Well, he does feed me when I tell him to, of course, and give me endless enjoyment of cleaning up my droppings. I think this is a cat.
Until then, human cat. That's how it ends. And it's in Halifax.
This cat wrote this.
This cat is pretty fucking clever.
Why are there?
dude.
Why do we keep having like sentient cats
on the show?
Yeah.
I wonder if this is a creationist cat's cousin or something. He was zapped by Thor or some shit.
Oh, okay. He was zapped.
Every
by
god has a cat as its like flag bearer. That's how this shit works. But this one was zapped by Thor through not the internet, probably like an ironing board or something. Anyone like to piss on someone?
on someone, not them, but someone.
I may want to have someone piss on me. May. He's leaving this open.
Yeah.
Drink lots of water. I think the May part is clearly bullshit.
Piss all
may
over me in
want
the
to,
tub.
but made a Craigslist ad.
Yes, I may want someone to piss on me. Drink lots of water, piss all over me in the tub, and then if things go well, and we are both comfortable with it, I may suck you off to a facial of face fuck, and hopefully you will have to piss again. I may be open to more if you are safe and sane. Send me stats and a pic, and I tell you where.
Tell you where.
So he doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to him, you know, for the first stuff, whether or not they're safe or sane.
Right.
Just more after that.
So this is from Cedar Rapids. So a lot from, I think there was like, we've seen like 2 from Iowa now, and like 2 from Canada.
My favorite part of this one is when he's like, piss all over me in the tub, and then if things go well,
they go
like,
well.
What really room is there for shit to go drastically wrong?
I guess you don't piss enough on him. He's like, that was kind of disappointing.
Yeah, like,
thought you had to really go.
You know, your bladder is really too small for me. Sorry.
Yeah.
You just don't turn me on. Should have drank more Gatorade.
Wouldn't a small bladder be good, though? Because they'd have to pee more then.
Well, I don't know. You think a large bladder would be better?
You want a
'cause
large
he wants
bladder?
it to be like a torrent.
Or if it's a torrent, that's kind of like, you know...
He wants it to be
It only happens every
nonstop.
once in a while. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question. Hey, people in our audience who like to get peed on, do you prefer someone who has to pee more or just pees more per piss? We're curious.
We may never know.
It's like, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
3.
Almost?
3, dude.
Oh, yeah, the wise owl.
The wise owl fucking told you. You don't fucking listen, TJ. You don't fucking listen, man.
Buy my vagina jacket.
Barely used.
You've seen them round town. Black, quilted, coveted, down-filled, something. Brand parkas with a distinctive Asian raccoon tail that envelops the nape of the neck and intersects in an overlapping V of soft ecological fur just shy of the breastbone. Sexy and sexual. My friend Hendrik aptly dubbed this the vagina jacket.
The vagina jacket.
Not only does the vagina jacket actually look like an unshaven vagina birthing your head to the cold, but like the actual vagina, the vagina jacket also keeps you feeling warm and safe, like you're still partially immersed in the womb of summer. Don't miss out on this opportunity to feel reborn. Details: black lady size small. It's crotch length, of course. Yeah, it's so vaginal. Look at it. You're
She
being
only-
birthed.
She only wants $200. I'll offer her $50 for the vagina jacket.
And it retails for $500 to $900.
Yeah, bullshit.
No, it's true. It says right in the ad.
It has someone says it retails for this. They're just full of shit.
No, dude, it retails for...
Look how wide the range is from $500 to $900. Like, she didn't pay fucking $500 for that jacket. Bullshit.
Free anime, babe, angel painting, and jalapeno cheesy toes.
Sounds good. I have this very hot paint I did to my ex-girlfriend as a Darkwing anime angel hot babe. Unfortunately, she dumped me on Xmas Eve, very cold. I don't want to see her flying around and looking cute anymore, so my paint is your treasure. I did the painting in oil acrylic water-based paint. Then, I also have some jalapeno Cheetos that I won't ever eat, so if you come to get my babe painting, say hello to a free snack, too.
Let's take a look at this masterpiece, dude. Oh, yeah.
And there's also a picture of the Cheetos.
Yeah.
Go to that one.
Now, let's take a look at these Cheetos as well.
And she
that's the real masterpiece.
Okay, so she fucking dumped him, and he has a bag of 99-cent Cheetos. Wow. This is a generous motherfucker. Take this painting and take these Cheetos.
I would wonder, I'd like to call him and be like, hey, could I get the Cheetos and just you keep the painting? Or maybe someone else will take it? Or is it like a package deal? I gotta get the painting to get the Cheetos.
Next time we do a contest, I want to do a Cheetos contest.
A lifetime supply of Cheetos.
Fuck no, I'm not going to offer a
lifetime supply
I'm
of
going to
Cheetos.
offer like the biggest bag they sell.
You've heard it here, folks. Scotty is offering a lifetime supply of Cheetos for 5 lucky children.
You can't make an offer on my behalf, so that's just bullshit.
Oh, I can.
No, you can't.
Because I'm the president of Scotty LLC.
Yeah, you're not.
Scotty LLC.
But I'll think of a contest that involves a massive bag of like Costco Cheetos.
By the way, if you just recently tuned in and you didn't hear us talking earlier, we're looking to get over 3,300 likes on this video, and then Scotty and TJ will make eggs 2. Would it be like The Reckoning?
The Eggening or something. Or the Yokening. We'll talk about something.
Yokening.
The yokening.
Yoking around.
Don't yoke around,
We ain't
man.
yoking around anymore. People are going to be shell-shocked.
Don't make me crack, TJ.
Oh. Is that the last of the Craigslist
No,
ads? Let's see a couple more.
All right.
Not that this painting isn't beautiful.
Anime hot babe.
I gave you an accidental back scratch. We were strangers in the 27th row on a flight from Seattle. We didn't even exchange hellos. You seemed queasy and kept putting your head on the seat in front of you. I was high on cold medication and decided you need a back scratch. We both realized what was happening, but it was too late. I scratched your back in an affectionate manner for at least 5 seconds, and no more than 10. I patted your back awkwardly at the conclusion of my back scratch and then pretended to be asleep. If you're reading this, I'm sorry.
What are the fucking chances of the random person on an airplane reading this?
They felt the need to show, like, the offending fingers. Yeah, these are the fingers that scratched you. Sorry about that.
Don't you like them?
Just in case this person decides to read random Craigslist ads.
Oh, yeah.
They'll know that I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, baby.
You can be a total dick and like fuck with these people.
Dildo
What?
mobile.
Dildo mobile.
This or is it mobile?
It's a
Mobile, I guess.
I think it's Mobile.
I don't know. Was created by me after a tenant who I had to evict after 6 months of not paying rent left behind 10 dildos I was determined to do. I don't know if I read that right.
I was trying to do something with them, hence this
okay.
dildo mobile. My present landlord where I live now says it's got to go out. It's got to go out of the common garage area. It's too large for my room. Okay, so how big is this thing?
Apparently it has 10 dildos hanging from it.
Is there like a panorama shot, or there's just all close-ups of individual ones? There we go.
Okay. I don't know why someone calls this the dildo mobile, but it's just some dildos they hung up on.
I think they meant like
a mobile, like a baby mobile.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
I don't know.
didn't know that's what they were called.
Yeah, those things that like swing above baby cribs.
Oh, they're
that
called
have mobiles.
Oh, okay, I understand now.
It's awesome.
She's like, I want that.
It could have the planets on.
TJ
He could, he could probably sell it easier if he like sold the dildos individually. You know.
She's like, just saying, I might be in the market, so.
Oh shit!
Who leaves behind this many dildos? Also, I'm pretty sure I have the last one you showed.
Oh my god! TMI.
Yeah, exactly. Well, if anyone wants to buy the dildo mobile,
How much?
no price listed. You'll have to contact him.
Darn. Looking for the hairiest pussy in Memphis. I don't know, man. Are you sure? It probably gets pretty hairy. I'm a 40 SWM, well endowed with 8 thick inches, 6'1", 225. I love hairy women, nuff said. I love hairy legs, underarms, all of it. FTM, welcome to apply. Please include a pic and put Verge in the subject line. Thanks for looking and have a great day. Man, some of these fucking perverts are like customer service oriented.
Very
as fuck.
professional.
You know, they're like courteous and they greet you, and you honestly believe, you know, they really do want you to have a great day. You know, it's like looking for the hairiest pussy. You got it? Have a great day.
In Memphis, TJ.
In Memphis. I think I was kissed by a ninja. There I was, taking a walk near the CCSU campus. This gorgeous first day of the autumn season. The sun was shining, the birds were chirping, and a soft breeze rippled gently through the trees, with leaves just starting to turn. Out of the corner of my eye, I glimpsed a dark shadow that crossed my path, approximately 5'9" in height. The shadow blocked out the sun for the briefest moment in time. As I felt slight pressure on my lips. I think I was kissed by a ninja. I know this is a long shot, but I'm hoping to find you.
This is definitely trolling.
No, Scotty.
There's one more.
This is real.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
This is real,
This
Scotty.
is definitely trolling. For that one.
No. Haunted dictaphone. This is long. This is too long.
All right, never mind then.
So that was the last one because this one's
Yeah.
too damn long.
It's a fucking wall of text.
But take a look at the haunted dictaphone, though, everybody.
The rent is too damn high. Oh, check this out. Someone sent me this video. It's only 17 seconds long, but it made me laugh really hard. It's a Fox News host trying to throw a tomahawk at a piece of wood. And watch what happens.
Who's going to win this battle with the lumberjacks? That's something I'm putting my money on.
What?
Why? How was this? I mean, that's just terrible planning.
There's fucking...
There probably should have been a net, and that guy has a fucking horrible throw.
Yeah, he threw it over.
How the fuck?
He like, threw it like this, and it just went like way over.
You guys are having an event where people try to throw tomahawks at a target in city streets, and there's nothing behind the small little box that has the target on it to catch it, and you have a marching band playing behind it.
You guys are stupid.
And you let like frumpy ass old out of shape news anchors throw this fucking tomahawk. I mean, come the fuck on.
This battle with the lumberjacks. That's something I'm putting my money on Clayton.
And they...
I mean, like, I'm assuming she cannot see what's happening when she's talking.
I'm putting my money on Clayton.
I'm putting my money on Clayton.
I hope that wasn't Clayton. Was it Clayton?
I don't know. Who cares?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I love how the other drummers are just like, we gotta keep going. Show must go on.
Yep. And the other guy ran away.
He's like, I'm leaving
Got
because
hit
I'm
with an
bleeding
axe.
from my arm. Someone threw an axe at me. I'm gonna go now.
God, I can't even believe this shit.
It is Fox. I mean, they don't really think ahead. I normally would be surprised, but I mean, after all, Fox is
It's
just kind of
so
known
fucked
for
up.
being stupid.
They'll probably get sued for that. At least they should.
They should be.
Anyway, let's
see. I'm sure they'll pass the buck on to somebody.
Here's another. Well, I don't know the situation here and why it was structured this way.
Yeah.
Depends on who was planning everything. Here's a video. I believe it's one of those conservative animated videos. It's should government bail out big banks? It's a fair question, right?
Yeah.
In 2008, America experienced the biggest meltdown of its financial sector since the Great Depression. The conventional wisdom is that this failure and subsequent government rescue, commonly known as the bailout, was brought about by 3 decades of bank deregulation. There were a lot of causes for the meltdown, but deregulation wasn't one of them. Ironically,
I'm sure Scotty has something to say already.
There's their first point.
This is just like, this is the same shit they always say. It's basically, oh, we're too regulated. If you know, if we basically take your money and then we gamble with it, oh, and then we make the wrong bets, it's your fault for not regulating us enough. It's like, no, that's actually not the case. I actually want to hear what else she has to say, though. This is, let's hear the reason why this is not true, according to her, or her institute.
The Institute of Retards.
it wasn't because the banks had become unmoored from government control that led them into the financial storm. It was because they had become too closely tied to governments. For 3 decades, Uncle Sam, like an enabling parent, had always been there when the big banks got into trouble. The shock in 2008 was that for one brief moment, Uncle Sam wasn't there. In the wee hours of September 15th, 2008, Lehman Brothers filed for bankruptcy. The financial industry waited for the feds to step in and save Lehman bondholders like it had saved those of Bear Stearns some months earlier. That didn't happen. Global financial markets seized up as the Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 498 points, or nearly 4.4%.
All right, Scotty.
I mean, to me, the issue here is they're saying, look, the meltdown was caused by the government the time they didn't do anything. I mean, sure, that definitely contributed because when these traders who were like panicky fucks saw like, hey, you know, they're not bailing this group of people out. The government ultimately did bail out pretty much everyone. The government pretty much took over the major insurers in America, the people that underwrite a lot of these stocks and loans and derivatives and all that shit, and like pretty much everyone was like ended up being made whole again except U.S. taxpayers who had to bail out these fucking giant banks. And it's like deregulation had nothing to do with it. Like these banks were making risky bets. And they tried to regulate the derivatives market under Bill Clinton, and they shut it down. They did not. The SEC and I think what's his name, Larry Summers, and those people did not want that to go through. They did not want that to happen. And the derivatives market was huge, and they just we can't regulate this. We can't regulate any of these things. But then we're being told, oh, regulation had nothing to do with it. Like, Ronald Reagan deregulating savings alone had no effect. None of this had any effect on this. It's basically too much regulation that was the problem. I mean, the CEO of these banks will tell you. I think I was reading an article about the CEO of Chase was like, we're too regulated. There's too much regulation.
You know, the thing is, too, I mean, like, she kind of does a bait and switch here because she starts off talking about, deregulation wasn't the problem. Because, look, the government was giving the banks all kinds of money. Yeah, government was giving them all kinds of money and also not regulating them. Those are two totally separate matters.
Yeah, the Federal Reserve, what a lot of banks have done now is they go to the fucking Fed, they borrow money for next to nothing because interest rates are so low, then they lend it out to you or I or whoever, at 10%, 20%, credit cards or mortgages or whatever.
Wouldn't it make more sense for the government to just give us those fucking rates to borrow with? Wouldn't that be more stimulating to the economy than the banks borrowing that money and then...
Well, that's a much trickier issue. because, then you have the government lending money to people, which, I mean, obviously in some cases people are fine with it, but that's like student loans. And the student loan industry, basically the private industry has exploded, and so has the government. The government's making a ton of money off people paying student loans, and because it's a government obligation, there's no way to discharge it in bankruptcy. You pretty much have to pay your student loans back.
Right. They can even go after your social security.
Yeah, so basically the government, if you actually got a loan from the government itself, they'd be able to fucking do anything they want. They'd be able to garnish your wages, take any money you have.
But I'm saying, wouldn't even that still be preferable than borrowing from... The bank gets to borrow the money at no interest rate, and then they lend it to you at a high interest rate.
I mean, that's a bit of a trickier issue, because some people probably do not want to borrow money from the government simply because the government can do whatever it wants to get the money back from you.
Right, but I mean, there could also be regulations on that.
Yeah, sure.
But like, we're sitting here trying to build utopia at this point.
Financial institutions effectively went on strike. Banks wouldn't lend money to other banks, and thus indirectly to the public, because they had no idea which financial institution might go belly up next. The economy can withstand a stock market crash, but a credit market freeze, essentially a cash freeze, can cause a depression, as credit underpins almost all business and personal activities. Indeed, some large companies, including General Electric...
I don't remember if it was Greenland or Iceland, but one of those countries basically just went balls to the wall, prosecuting the fucking bankers and banking interests.
And they basically let their currency crash too.
Yeah, they let the currency crash. They prosecuted the bankers that had fucking done wrong and the fucking businessmen who had done wrong.
Well, basically, the bailouts in Europe and the U.S. primarily was basically to make the creditors whole again.
It was Greenland, though, right?
That was Iceland.
Iceland.
But it's basically to make the creditors whole. And Iceland, basically, what they did was they said, okay, we're actually not going to pay back. We're only going to basically back the deposits of people who live in Iceland.
Yeah.
So obviously the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, punished them. They were punished all around the world. Oh, they're crazy. They're going to...
But it worked.
Well, yeah, their economy's growing again, yes.
Yes. So actually, maybe that was the right solution.
And the people who were responsible for it in Iceland, a lot of them went to prison.
Yes. There was actually reprisals. Here, there's been, like, no retribution here. It's like you were talking about earlier, some of these CEOs can, steal $10 billion, and then when they get caught, it's like, oh, well, pay a $10 million fine or some shit.
I'll pay $1 billion fine or whatever. Yeah, it's like, okay.
And it's like, oh, so they still get to make a profit? Like, we had to tax you on your criminal enterprise.
It's basically because, okay, let's say you want to charge a bank with a crime, a Bank of America or whatever. They can litigate till the end of time. They have billions upon billions of dollars. They'll just sit there and say, we're just going to litigate this until the end of time. We're going to fight every decision, appeal every decision in every venue, in every court. We don't care. Or we can just settle this now for this smaller sum and admit no wrongdoing. And obviously, the government just says, oh, well, this is good enough. Because the average American just goes, I don't even know what that means. That's good, I guess. They were wrong, and, blah, blah, blah. Pass the eggs.
Eggs.
As you guys love eggs, so I throw it.
Let's see where we are, and maybe we should update for anyone who just tuned in. If we need,
you're never going to hear a small government person like these conservatives ever fucking say, "Okay, the government did anything good." They're never going to say that. So I mean, obviously, they're going to take the line of, "Oh, deregulation is actually we need more of it." Blah blah blah.
We're more than halfway there, reaching the goal for eggs.
More than halfway to the goal for Eggs 2, starring Scotty as the egg bitch.
Yeah. I think if you keep insulting me, TJ, Eggs 2 might end up not happening.
Nope, it's going to happen. You already said.
Then it might be you in the starring TJ, the egg bitch.
You got to promise.
I
promised, Scotty.
I didn't promise shit.
You promised.
I promised I would be in it. I didn't promise what role I would play.
Don't worry, guys. I'll hold him to
egg
it.
Bitch.
Yeah, I'm not being the egg bitch. TJ can forget about that. He could play the egg bitch if he's so keen on it.
Scotty, the egg bitch.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Go around in a pink tutu and hand eggs to people. I am the egg bitch. Have some eggs.
Yeah, you're the worst salesman in history, TJ.
What?
You're basically like, trying to sell water to someone dying of thirst in a desert. You'd be like, it could be poison. Ha!
It could be. You never know.
So TJ is just a terrible person to convince someone to do anything.
I'm not trying to convince
like you want to lose a sale.
I'm just trying to make you regret agreeing to do it.
TJ should be the opposite of a closer. He could be like the fucker, like the fuck up. It's like setting the fuck up. We want this deal to fucking collapse.
He can simply just say he's not going to do it, just because you agreed to do the whole homeless thing and you retracted on that.
That's true. I did.
TJ just fucking wants to insult me on the show. He knows that none of that shit's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Eggs too.
No, why would I be in it? I would not be in it. Like, just stupid.
Because you have a sense of humor about yourself, Scotty.
Wow, I can be an object of fucking ridicule for you? Yeah, I don't think so. Fuck you, TJ. You star in eggs too.
You already said you'd do it, Scotty.
I said I would be involved. That doesn't mean I have to fucking do exactly what you say, G. That's not how it was never agreed upon.
Well, we're just spitballing ideas.
We're not
here,
spitballing shit. You're just trying to
spitballing ideas.
You're just trying to throw out your ludicrous ideas and insult me. So no thanks.
Spitballing ideas here,
no
Scotty.
Thanks.
I bet you a lot of people would like to see that one. So
I don't give a fuck what a lot of people would like to see.
What? You don't care about what the people want? I thought you said it was all
so
for the people.
Now you're trying to make what you want and what the people want the same thing.
It is
okay,
the same.
Cheeto. What the people want you to do is to go to a shack in the woods and blow your brains out. Are you gonna go do it?
Yeah, if that's what they want, Scotty.
Go ahead then, and afterwards we'll do eggs too.
Okay. Sounds like a fair trade.
Yeah, there you go.
Dependent on these short-term credit markets that they were in danger
No one
of
cares
not
about this
being able
anymore.
to pay their workers. The financial industry
Fucking
This
bullshit.
is about as interesting as a paper cut. You know, this is so fucking boring. The delivery is so dry. She's even bad for as far as the conservatives are concerned.
Yeah, I've seen more entertaining hosts of these videos from this institute.
Yeah, it's just like, I am reading a script. That's all I am doing. I have
should've,
no
like,
personality
sped her up or
at
something.
all.
All right, so someone made a video about your hate week trigger warnings video. Apparently,
Neat.
the amazing bully she calls
The
you.
amazing, yep.
At least I'm good at it.
The amazing bully.
Response to the amazing atheist, aka TJ's
The amazing
video,
bully.
Hate Week trigger warnings.
The
Now I have
amazing
to admit I'm
bully.
not actually addressing TJ directly in this, because I tried that once before, didn't work out too well. I really have no expectations for having a real conversation with him.
Who cares? Like,
He's just a jerk face, and there's no point even talking.
he didn't
to him.
even respond to me or something. It's like, even if he didn't respond to you, he has like hundreds of thousands of fucking subscribers and like thousands of messages. Like, oh, he ignored me because he's such an asshole. It's like he probably didn't even see the message if you sent him one.
I don't even remember.
Or if you even made a video to him, it's like there's a million videos out there like, there's a video about against the amazing moron. You know, shit like that. It's like TD doesn't watch every video against him.
Yeah, that's my job, to show them to him.
Yeah, that's true. I wouldn't even see the as much as I do if not for Ben.
I would like to make TJ hate videos a segment with like its own intro
TJ.
That would
and
be
everything.
cool.
Yeah.
Everyone hates TJ.
We're starting to get more segments now, so that's
TJ hate.
Segments.
Yes.
They emerge slowly
Yes.
but
Let's
surely.
all agree we hate TJ.
Originally, it was like, what are we gonna do? Oh, let's do this now.
Let's do TJ does that.
Yeah.
As I'm sure you will understand as I continue this video.
Okay.
However, I
you
am
for
glad to
that
see that he's
exposition.
finally acknowledging that psychological triggers are real.
Okay.
Now, this is part of a two-part response, actually, that I'm going to make. This first video
George,
isn't just
riveting.
about trigger warnings, but I will get to the issue of trigger
Why
warnings
do you have to
themselves in a
explain
second.
everything you're doing? We don't need a fucking
Just do it.
explanation. Just do the video, then say, and now I'm going to talk about this next topic in part 2.
Video.
So wait, trigger warnings themselves are not even going to be mentioned until the second video?
Okay.
All right.
I'm confused.
What's the first
Imagine
video
someone
about?
is hosting a party at, say, their house or business or some sort of public building that they own.
Do you actually know what
It's
a party
open to
is?
anyone. There are
She's
no
really confused
official
about the party thing. Like, imagine a party. It's like, I think she's imagining, like, you know, a bunch of feminists in a stuffy room reading, like, some fucking feminist literature. Like, a party. Where do we have that party? Like, a library?
We're gonna get
It's a
together and
library.
reenact the vagina monologues, and we're gonna take turns.
age restrictions that they've put on this. Nothing anybody can come in.
Then we're gonna look at our pussies in a mirror.
An anonymous
tell 'em how much we
figure
love 'em.
whose face is completely hidden, comes in and recites a relatively inoffensive, if naive, poem about how they feel oppressed by the party host's views, which the community at large is well aware of. They're aware of the party host's views.
What is happening?
I'm not even sure. This is like, I think she's trying to make some point, but the way she's going about it is confusing and like stumbling and like.
If you're holding a party at your house or your business or your friend's house,
and at the party,
or your friend's business,
will there be food at the party? There would be some food. Like a light snack will be at the party.
you walk into the party, you see the hors d'oeuvres lined up.
Maybe
and,
have a couple. You're on a diet. You're not sure.
You're not sure, and you have to ask if the
is it gluten-free?
Dip is vegan, and you know.
Party host responds by reciting their own poem, which talks about how they want to do unsolicited sexual acts to the person who just recited the poem. It also talks about in said unsolicited sexual acts, the aim is to apparently kill the original poet with sexual fluids. And remember, the original poem was not sexual whatsoever, and on top of that, the host has no idea of the age of the person he just aimed a
Here's
joke
the problem
at.
with any scenario that this woman is painting, because she is controlling every part of the scenario. So it's like saying, under these conditions, what you have done is wrong. It's like, okay, but let's actually look at the real world implications. You know, you're creating this false scenario in which we're all supposed to go, oh wow, they did trigger them because this person, little did we know, was a rape survivor. What an offensive thing this person just did. I cannot believe how calloused that they would trigger this person. I know how much you want to bet this where this going.
Well, I know what she's referring to, because there was an incident on my Tumblr where someone sent me this poem about, like, at first I thought it was a joke, but the more I read it, the more I realized it was actually like a real social justice warrior type. Wrote me this like terrible fucking poem.
Oh, is that the poem you responded to?
Yeah, it was like, I have been oppressed by society. Oh my God, and woe is me. You know, just like terrible. I mean, that wasn't an actual line, but it was almost that bad. Okay. And so I wrote back this poem that was like full of like crazy shit, you know, and I think it ended with like them getting fucked in the ass by like 2 people or some shit.
Okay.
And she's basically saying like, oh, well, what if that person was underage? Or what if that person was a rape survivor? Or what if that person was someone that could have been damaged by the poem? It's like, okay, first of all, this was an anonymous fucking message sent to me. So it also goes the other way. I don't know who the fuck is sending this.
Also,
it was posted publicly, so it wasn't like some like secret threat that I sent them in private.
Why does this person also feel the right to not be offended? Like, I have a right to not be offended.
And it's my fucking blog. Just like in her scenario, it's my fucking party. If I'm the one throwing the party and some fucking asshole comes in and talks some shit, and I say my fucking counter poem, yeah, it's my fucking party.
Oh, why'd you do that? You triggered them. You're a bad person.
You know, don't go to my party if you don't like my fucking shit that I say.
For all he knows, it could be a minor, which could be a big problem.
What's the problem?
For obvious reasons.
Why? It's not like I... Wait,
this is basically what...
So I can understand why it's a problem if, like, I actually fucking, like, molested them or something.
What's the problem by saying something to somebody? It's like, it's clearly said in satire and meant to insult them. It's not meant to...
But I can't... Yeah, I can't...
It's not meant to actually say, I want this to happen to you.
I can't write a satirical, fucking ridiculous, over-the-top poem to an anonymous person on the internet because maybe they might be these things.
They might be offended.
It would be bad if they were.
Yeah, it's like, it's this crazy hypothetical of all these things. Like, what if it's this? This is an argument from consequence. Just to TJ, what if this person was this? You're such a bad person. You're such a bad human being.
Yeah, it's like, what if you say
You're
to someone...
You're a cut-rate human being, TJ.
You know, what if you are trying to load a heavy package into a car, and you say to someone, hey, could you give me a hand with this? And then you turn around and realize they're a double amputee and they have no hands.
TJ, what if you said the package is heavy and the person you asked to help you is fat?
Right, you know, like, what if the person was offended by this or by that? It's like, first of all, it was an insulting poem, so obviously I wanted them to be offended by it.
They have a right not to be offended, TJ, because you could trigger psychological damage. Irreparable damage.
If you're so fragile that you can get psychological damage from someone writing a poem that is not even aimed at you, but just aimed anonymously at this vacant, anonymous thing that you sent me some message on.
Okay, but the flaw of this is...
What are you doing there?
But the flaw of this is you could easily turn around and say anything they do to you is triggering you. Oh, well, because you called me out publicly, I have a fear of that, and it triggered psychological stress.
It's not my prerogative to protect people with these kind of problems from experiencing the things that trigger them. It's their responsibility, not mine.
No, it's yours.
Because there could be any number of things
You're
that
a
trigger
monster.
someone.
You're a fucking monster. You and fucking Pol Pot, you know, Stalin, Hitler, all hanging out in a hot tub together, going, man, let's just fucking destroy the human race.
I mean, a rape victim could be triggered by seeing someone who looks like they're rapist. What if there's a famous actor or something that looks like they're rapist? Should, you know, trigger warning, this movie contains Tom Hanks.
Every time I see Patton Oswalt, I can't deal with it.
Recently happened on Tumblr between the Amazing Atheist and an anonymous commenter. But of course it was on the internet as opposed to happening in real life.
Obviously.
TJ claims this was just a joke, but this wasn't a joke that he generally recited to his friends. It was a joke aimed at somebody. Most likely with the intent of making the other person feel uncomfortable or even intimidated.
TJ.
Yes, that's what an insult is.
Now, what do I mean by...
TJ, how many people follow you on Tumblr, roughly?
I don't know, 20-something thousand.
20-something. So it's aimed to this one person. It's like this is actually still done for an audience, for people that follow you, and like, you know, some of them like you, some of them don't.
Not only that, the
shit.
person was anonymous, so it's not like anyone even knew who it was to. I don't even know who it was to.
That's irrelevant, apparently, though.
Aiming a joke at somebody. Say you tell an off-color joke to your friends about no one in particular. The beginning just goes, a person walks into a bar. This isn't a form of trolling or harassment, even if it's directly harmful in some other, indirectly harmful in some other way. But I'm not going to get into that now. The point is, TJ did not recite this poem as a generalized joke. He targeted somebody.
Who?
Even if they were anonymous.
Oh, even if they were.
As in, replace a person walks into a bar with you walking.
Let's just cover this. So that person, whatever they say to you, because she finds it to not be offensive or, like, annoying or whatever, you know, her standard is for harassment or triggering people, it's okay. But because you had sexual references, you were basically just, you crossed this line, and you're a bad person. So it's okay to attack people. So if you had said to her, like, I politely disagree with you and never send me a poem again and you're a bad person, that would have been okay, because it's like very, oh, you know, there's no sexual influence. There's not you trying to use your masculinity to oppress this person. That's okay.
I don't understand how, I mean, like, if the person was actually had an identity and something that was tied to them, then maybe I could see something of a point here. But the fact that they were anonymous means that it really is just like saying a person walks into a bar.
Yeah, there's one specific person.
There is some specific entity out there that sent me the initial message, but I don't know who they are.
No one knows who it is.
No one knows who they are.
Besides the person that sent the message.
We don't even know if this fucking person saw my fucking response.
No, there's no way of knowing.
To a bar. This, from a common fucking stance point, is more of a personal jab, even if it's done with good or humorous intentions.
Mm-hmm.
I posit, however, that TJ's poem was not created with good intentions, at least subconsciously, which I will explain later.
What does that mean?
God.
This is basically just like, you know, I've kind of seen the situation, and TJ's totally in the wrong. All his actions are evil and immoral, and he doesn't really care.
I love that
He's
she
a bad
feels
person.
like she can delve into my subconscious mind.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
explain what my true intentions were.
I mean, it's just basically patently offensive to me. If you want to see something I find offensive, for someone to say, I can tell you exactly what this person was thinking, I know everything about the situation, I just have the situation down, and this person was right, and this person was wrong, and that's all there is to it. Because that offends human intelligence to assume that she can just basically speak for what you really meant. I know what your real intentions were.
Only she can judge the morality of the situation.
Yes.
Now, in my party example, if somebody responded to a guest the way TJ did in real life, I'd wager at least a few people would look at TJ and say, what the fuck, dude? Why was that necessary?
No.
Unless the poem was...
Hold on. If this is my party, then no one's going to say that. Everyone's just going to laugh and be like, good one. That'd be about it.
Yeah, okay, someone comes to a party, says some shit to the fucking host of the party, and it's like, everyone's gonna look, when the host says something back, is gonna be like, TJ, why'd you respond to that? You're really an asshole, TJ. Come on, man. What the fuck? I mean, under this example, that doesn't even make any sense. It's like someone comes to shit talk, and everyone's supposed to be like, I'm side with a shit talker.
...to a friend that he was known to share gross jokes with. If this was a friend of TJ's, it would likely be a more balanced exchange and maybe funny, but as far as I can tell, that's not the case here. A fairly inoffensive, earnest poem from a stranger was replied to with what I'm sure many would describe as a troll post.
How's it a troll post? What? It was an insulting poem. Like... Have you ever, watched, a battle rap or something like that? I mean, this was a poem that was meant to insult and denigrate the person. Yes, I wanted to hurt their feelings. That was my intention. So you're right about that. But you know what? They came on my fucking blog and talked some shit about, this is my stupid social justice views. And if they want to do that, then... If I tell them to go fuck themselves, they got to be ready for that.
Yeah, I mean, they went looking for this kind of response. It's like, I know how the Amazing Atheist is, and I'm going to send him a message. It's like, what did you expect him to do? If he responds to you, he's going to respond to you in the way he chooses to respond to you.
Likely would say this is trolling, as he did years ago in the midst of a similar incident when he sent his friend Galen to play diplomat between he and I, when I first criticized him for something that I thought was very vile.
I don't remember it.
Yeah, I mean...
Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, if Galen talked to you, that's fine. I don't think we know what we're talking to specifically, but... I mean, we don't need your approval... I don't really care for it. I don't think TJ does either. It's like, oh, you have to meet my arbitrary standards. Like, fuck you. Who gives a shit what you think? I think you're an idiot personally, but that's just my opinion.
That was intended to be hurtful, Scotty.
I don't really care how she takes it.
You're a bully. You need to trigger warn that shit.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah, this is getting old.
Trigger warning.
So, Josh Fierstein here. Look, isn't it sad that Obama's already trying to use his tragedy in South Carolina to push his gun control agenda so that he can criminalize guns because guns are bad?
Yeah, it's real sad. It's real sad. Has Obama even done that?
Obama's been president for 7 years.
We all know that the Constitution of the United States right now is widely held. The Second Amendment is widely interpreted as people can have guns. So how the fuck is Obama going to override the Constitution?
How has he even tried, though?
Yeah, I mean, in this incident, I haven't even heard him come out.
Let's repeal the Second Amendment. I haven't heard him say it either.
Even when Obama has supported some gun control, it's like, no more extended magazines or some shit like that.
My freedom. Criminals got guns that, us good folks won't have them, and then criminals win.
If you criminalize guns, only criminals will have guns.
Really? Since when has criminalizing anything ever stopped it? I mean, take crime.
Other people.
Criminals.
He says, when has criminalizing anything stopped it? Take crime.
We criminalized that a long time ago, but
we criminalized crime?
So basically saying... making laws against stuff doesn't work. So let's have then by that logic we should have no laws.
Didn't help. Maybe instead of trying to criminalize guns,
still
maybe we
murder
should make it
people.
easier for people to carry them. That way that when a guy walks in with bad intentions and a criminal, a terrorist walks in and tries to shoot up a church, well, maybe guys in that church actually have guns and he can't kill 9 people. Let's look at the common sense fact.
Crossfire! You get caught up in the crossfire!
It's always the same argument. It's, you know, what if there's people there with guns? They could stop it. Like, sure, that is one outcome.
Okay,
what if someone pulls out their gun and ends up killing other people because they're trying to stop this gunman?
No, every person who owns a gun is like a perfect, dirty Harry-esque marksmith that can just shoot
because
anything.
A lot of states, there's the requirements to get a gun is literally.
No, but I'm
just
saying in their
having a
own
pulse
minds,
and
that's
being
what
a
they
certain
are.
age.
They're
They're not.
They just like Josh Fierstein with a gun. Just look at this fucking
He's
fat,
practically
retarded fuck.
Rambo.
Just look at this fat, retarded fuck and tell me if you really think he's gonna help any situation like that. Like if
Probably
fucking
not.
If you know Elliot Rogers or somebody comes into a fucking place and Josh Fierstein is there with his gun, is he gonna save the day?
No.
Probably not.
Not if he's close to a door, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, if he can find a large enough one.
Maybe that's what we should do, and instead of trying to criminalize guns, why don't we try legalizing God? Because really, this is a God problem. Well, ever since we banished God out of government and banished God out of America and in schools, look at the crime
He's
rate that has
on
begun.
the fucking money. The president closes every speech with "God bless America."
Like, okay, look, there needs
80% of the country identifies as Christian.
There needs to be a separation of church and state. There should not be a state-mandated religion. I don't understand why Josh fucking idiots dying here thinks, oh, we need God back in government, and God needs to be. It's like all that would lead to is everything Christian basically is then fucking by proxy law.
More guns, more God. That's my America.
And you know the interesting thing about this shooting is look where it happened. It happened in fucking the deeply Christian, deeply racist South. Got a lot of guns down there.
To rise. No, instead you want to make it illegal for people to possess guns. Meanwhile,
Who the fuck is trying to do that?
Regulation and banning are two different things. They're not the same.
But you know
thing.
what? This is a fucking idiot that thinks religion is banned from the public square. So he's fucking obvious. You're not even in touch with reality.
And most of the people who have done these shootings have mental illnesses. They should never have been able to buy a gun. Period.
You just want to make guns illegal, Scotty.
For crazy people, they should not own guns. Yes, of course.
Just want to make them illegal.
Yes, for crazy people.
Why don't you just take a big fucking shit on the Second Amendment, Scotty?
I don't think that does. I think that certain people shouldn't own guns. If someone makes threats like I'm going to blow up a building or shoot up a building,
right on. You're taking guns away
they
from the
shouldn't be able to have a gun.
Taking guns away from the Patriots.
You're basically just trying to disarm the fucking sheep so the wolves can eat them.
Oh yeah, give me a break. There's plenty of guns floating around America.
While criminals don't care, they break the law anyways. Think
there
about
it
it,
is.
America.
Criminals break every
Wake
law.
up!
They don't
let this
care.
man take your freedom. I'm asking that
Well,
you
you
would
know
take
what? Criminals murder other criminals. Why have a law against murder? There's no point. This logic doesn't fucking work.
Message by simply clicking share if you agree.
Okay. All right. So, for whatever reason, 3 people that we have on the show fairly often all made videos basically saying that they're done with YouTube, at least in some fashion.
Wow, it's like YouTube quitting week.
Yeah. But before we
scared them off.
Before we get into that, I wanted to play a video from Cy10. He said, every time he makes a video, we can play it on the show. There's a link below to the actual video if you want to check it out. But we'll play it really quick here. It's entitled G-Man Cunt Fighter.
Cunt Fighter!
Cunt Fighter! Time for an Warlock! G-Man vs. Drunken T! Round 1, fight!
G-Man versus Matt Dillahunty.
It's Dillahunty
That's funny. G-Man gets to keep his name. He's just G-Man.
Yeah, all the atheists got made fun of, but G-Man just stays G-Man. I guess that's insulting enough.
Yeah, G-Man's fine. Come on.
So this is like a representation of the debate between G-Man and Matt Dillon.
Yeah, pretty obviously, yeah.
I think it was a lot closer than that, guys.
Read your Bible. Do what it say.
Do what it say.
You're about to decide to us, G-Man. Yeah, go G-Man.
Fuck him up, G-Man. Fuck him up.
Throwing the Bible at him. Oh.
Exodus 21.
Yeah. That's
oh my God.
Exodus 21 is a pro-slavery passage, which G-Man defends. Though,
yeah. So normally I'd be like, "Oh, this is inappropriate," but G-Man said that
he believes in biblical slavery.
Well, he doesn't believe that it's wrong for a human being to own another human being.
He basically said he supports biblical slavery, and if it's done in a biblical way, he supports slavery.
Dillahunty actually said during their debate, he's like, "So I could own you as my slave, and that would be okay?" And G-Man was like, "Yeah, as long as you have me do good things." And he was like, "I'm going to have you pull the weeds out of my yard." So that's what this is referencing.
Come on, G-Man. Pull those weeds out, buddy.
Get the weed, G-Man. Get it. Yeah, you beat it.
Oh,
now you're getting beat. But it's okay, folks. There is a happy ending for G-Man.
Right. All is not lost for G-Man, because even though he got destroyed, unspecified penalty.
Yeah.
Unspecified penalty.
G-Man wins.
Yes, G-Man wins.
G-Man did obviously win that debate with Matt Dillahunty.
Cunt fighter, there's more.
Yep. There's TJ.
Yep. Starving Christian.
Oh, shit.
G-Man was starving Christian.
It's so fucked up.
Round one. Fight.
An easier opponent for G-Man.
Yeah.
And that is We Are the World playing in the background, as Ben pointed out to me earlier.
Yes, it is.
G-Man
What's
your Bible? Do what it say.
Finish him.
No, stop.
That's the last starving Christian.
G-Man.
Obviously, G-Man wins.
Yeah,
Come
G-Man
on.
won that time for sure.
G-Man always wins. Come on, guys.
All right. Yeah. And
just like real life, G-Man always
G-Man
wins.
is leaving.
Whoa.
G-Man is leaving YouTube.
I can't believe this.
No. Preaching the Choir Ministries.
Let's see if he does it.
Of course he will. He always does.
I bet he will.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Preaching to the
There was a too.
Come on, G-Man. You can never
Guys, I got
fucking
some
do
news I
that.
want to let you guys know.
Oh.
I'm going through a lot of personal things in my life right now.
Yeah.
And right now I have like this huge demand of people trying to get me to come to their Google Hangouts and debate them. I even have some debates planned and scheduled, but I may be canceling every last one of them, including a future debate with the amazing atheists.
Wow.
The reason why I think this is
scared him off
necessary is because I
YouTube,
don't have, like,
guys.
the same passion I did in the beginning when I got on
G-Man,
YouTube.
why does it sound like there's some sort of like gas-powered motor running in the background.
That's the sound of the demon that's making him say all of these things.
Listen.
This is my main channel. I felt like I talked about everything.
Or is that a vibrator? Did he leave his vibrator on or something?
Yeah, that's the. He has a he has a
Betray yourself,
triple
G-Man.
XL butt stopper vibrating butt plug.
The butt stopper
in his ass
9000
right now.
Oh yeah, that face. Yeah, you're right.
Oh.
I've been noticing
that's why it's so hard for him to focus. Preaching the choir ministry.
On YouTube that are just putting my names in the title just to get views on their channel.
That shit's got to
But
stop.
they're claiming they don't want to talk to me, as if I'm not intelligent or whatever.
Well, if they shouldn't be putting your name in the titles of their videos if they don't want to talk to you. That is
it is weird. But
yeah.
And I
kind of
started
depends on
another
what the
channel for
situation
Jimmy
is.
The world, and I was going to do all these hangouts.
Well, yeah, true. If they make a video about him and he's the subject matter of the video, then that's okay.
Yeah, but if they're just like putting his name in there to like attract views,
right?
But I don't know how many views G-Man attracts. I mean, his own channel is not like some extremely popular.
It has gotten more popular over
time. I mean, I'm sure it has, but it's not like the must-stop shop for everybody looking for videos to watch on the internet or some shit.
Do you want to see how many? Let's see.
Don't go, G-Man. We need you. We love you.
Let's see, G-Man. No, I mean, you know, he has like 3,600 subscribers.
How many does he average on his videos?
His most popular upload, 56,000.
That's
yeah. So G-Man, whatever.
I don't think anyone's using. I mean, like that's the most popular. I mean, I'm sure on average he's probably getting like 600 to 1,200, right?
Probably
something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, no one is putting your name in there because it's like, oh my god, we're gonna get so much more views now that people know G-Man's here. Like they've got a channel just full of you that they can go watch anytime, and they ain't like turning up in droves.
And I just been thinking about like what's the purpose of like doing these hangouts or whatever. And I'm reading the comments, and every other comment is sneering and jeer.
I honestly needed to admit
nobody's
I was
really
crying.
saying-
I thought that
G-Man's not going to be on
I
the
noticed that
fucking
when I
show.
was gone.
I thought the
show
whole
anymore.
thing was that you're there to like preach the gospel
You
to
know-
the sinners and shit.
You know, TJ, G-Man's just been treated wrong lately.
But I mean, like,
especially by people like you, TJ.
Isn't he instructed by the Bible to expect that kind of derision and to overcome it?
You know what, TJ? Satan, I see Satan's hand at work here, man. Forcing G-Man to stop.
I think that's what is going on. The G-Man has been possessed by demons.
Yes.
And
This is not the real G-Man, ladies and gentlemen. This is fake G-Man.
this is the chocolate atheist.
The chocolate atheist has, taken over G-Man, unfortunately.
For like what 25 days or whatever.
So that's G-Man. He's taking a break. Apparently, he's canceling.
Bye, G-Man. See you in a day.
Bye, G-Man. Bye.
Oh, and here's another video.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brett Keene. My only YouTube channel that will exist on YouTube will be Games You Love, where I will be doing commentary as well as videos with my son. Sometimes my wife will be saying something here and there every blue moon. And that is the only type of videos that I will be interested in doing ever on YouTube.
Sure. Yeah, of course.
Let's see how long the Brett King counter to go back on his bullshit.
I'm done doing the whole religion, doing the whole debate circles and all this. I'm done with going into atheist hangouts and talking about God and religion. The way I figured, if someone really wants...
the way I figured...
I feel like this is that. This should be like that episode of The Simpsons where they ask Krusty the Clown, like the clown.
The Crown.
Yeah, the Crown.
Krusty the Crown.
Well, they ask Krusty like, why are you retiring now? Why not 20 years ago? This is kind of how I feel in this situation. Like, Brett Keene's leaving YouTube. Why now? Why not?
Fucking
7 years ago.
Yeah, 10
or
years
however
ago.
many years ago. Like
well,
pretty much
YouTube's
like
not 10 years old.
The first time you got kicked off of YouTube, you could have laid low for a few months and come back And as long as you fucking kept your fucking shit in line, people would have probably forgot the plagiarism and all that stupid shit. But time after time, you've had to embroil yourself in the same kind of stupid drama.
Betrayed people over and over again. Betrayed new posse after new posse.
Yeah, like you find new allies, betray them. Find newer allies, convince them your old allies were a bunch of scum fucks. Then you betray them.
Yeah.
And then it just keeps going on and on like that. And you're just out of people to use and abuse at this point. But I'm sure once a new crop of idiots
seems like the new
theist, Brett
theist,
King will have a new posse.
Yeah, like the theists on YouTube are getting tired, man. G-Man's bowing out. Butt Keaton supposedly is bowing out. This is crazy.
Understand God or learn.
America and Europe.
Can't pray anywhere else?
Does no other people know how to pray except for Americans and Europeans?
That's it, dude.
No Brazilians.
Brazilians,
Fuck
well,
no.
that's South America, you know.
No Africans, no Asians, no Australians. None of them. No praying.
No, they
Stop
can't do
it.
Indians don't know how to pray.
Lots in Asia.
To be Christian and go to church, so they don't need me to explain to them how to be humble and do that, even though humility doesn't seem.
They don't know.
You just now... Okay, so Brett
Yeah,
King
you invited this. Hold on.
purportedly is just now realizing, I don't need to be part of this conversation.
Say the word humble again.
Fuck your ass, and then you're gonna be.
God, and you want to understand how God impacted humanity, you can read the Bible and the Quran. And you can read
the Quran. You can read.
God, how
He's
fucking
crying
stupid
on
can you be, Brett King?
Read
It's
the
not
Quran.
the Quran.
Read the Bible. Read the Quran.
The Crayola Quran.
testimonies and witnesses throughout time who've experienced God and what He's done for them in their life. That is what you can do. For me, though, I'm not looking to be a martyr. I'm not looking to put my health on the line for a bunch of people who would prefer to see me dead along with all the Christians and
my
Muslims.
God. I don't want to be a martyr. They prefer to see me dead. Like, okay, dude, if you're such a fucking big Christian, you'd be thrilled to die for Christ or fucking your religion. Like, that's not even true.
How is he gonna die
the Bible,
anyway?
And Christian
I guess
mythology
he was
is filled with
having
martyrs.
health problems.
And him going around fucking with people on the internet and making his health problems worse, that's on him. That's not on everyone else who fucking just called him on his constant barrage of shit and antagonism.
Yes.
It's not like Brett Keane is this poor little innocent fucking sapling that was minding his own business and everyone just decided to be a dick to him. Brett Keane went around instigating bullshit constantly.
It's your fault, TJ. If Brett Keane hits you with a stick, it's your fault for being hit by the stick. You should have moved out of the way.
There's one more.
If Brett Keane punches you in the face, it's your fault for hurting his hand.
There's one more of the three that are done. They're done with the drama.
Done with it. Who is it? Let's see who it is.
It's someone we haven't played in a while. And then after this, we're going to take a break.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
So I posted to Twitter that I'm done with YouTube drama, and that is true. But I thought I'd explain a little bit more.
You posted on Twitter?
On Twitter.
Newsflash.
Ryan Winey's on Twitter.
Because I could spend literally the rest of my life talking about the wage gap and why everyone misunderstands it, and the usual claim that the wage gap is bullshit is really dumb and people have no fucking idea what they're talking about.
Even you have admitted that most of the things that the people who have said that the wage gap is bullshit have said are true. You basically have just decided that you're going to disagree with a dishonest presentation of that information because it suits your ideological agenda, and that's all.
I've decided to completely backpedal on previous statements and now say I was totally right and these people are total morons.
I mean, like, come on. Like the next 2-3 years, I'd get some steady views. I'd probably make some money too, but it's just really unenjoyable, and it's so dumb. And that's what drama on YouTube is.
So wait a minute. Are you
dumb.
Is he telling me that his videos are as unenjoyable to make as they are to watch? Wow. What a sacrifice. What a fucking sacrifice.
I'm glad he's making that sacrifice, though. I mean, really admire him for that.
Really dumb people clacking the keys at each other. And it just isn't worth it. I mean, my life has changed so much since I started YouTube, and I really just don't have the time or the will to explain the simplest things to people.
Upgraded you to assistant manager of Arby's.
Yeah. Dude, Ryan
Life's
Winey
too busy
is
now.
going places.
You know, I'm on fucking sauce detail
You know,
now.
I like how he basically just like, you know, all these issues are just really simple and easy to understand. These people are they're just too dumb. So there's no point. They're just idiots that want to hear themselves talk. They just can't understand simple concepts. It's like if it was so simple, then we would just easily understand it. It's like 2 + 2 is 4. Like, oh, okay. You know, you have 2 apples and you add 2 more. How many apples do you have? 4.
5. Oh, 4.
You're an idiot.
What
5.
anti-feminism on YouTube is, it's just a lot of sophistry appealing to the lowest base emotions of certain groups of people.
Oh my god.
That's what it is. I mean, that's what the entire...
Irony.
That's complete fucking garbage. This is all just sophistry, and it's fallacious, and everything that my opponents say are liars.
They're wrong, guys.
They're just
wrong.
They say stuff, and it's wrong.
So the totality of everyone against what he's saying is just they're totally wrong. There's not a kernel of truth to it. There's no point in criticizing. He's just like, you know what? I came down off the mountain. I told you idiots, and you just don't want to listen. So I have to go back to my mountain fortress of solitude and power.
Zarathustra are going to climb back up the mountain because fuck the people. They're not worth enlightening.
Fucking anti-feminist movement is, it's not an actual movement. It's a reaction to progressivism. And they need hate to fuel people.
Hate.
And that's why people like Thunderfoot or TJ or anyone else just randomly attack someone like Anita or myself or any other feminist because they need
randomly.
Okay, first of all, if you actually watch my videos to Anita Sarkeesian, I mean, maybe I have attacked her once or twice, but for the most part, it's been pretty respectful shit that stayed argument-based. Even when I've gone after you, I've been a little harsher towards you, but I've still put forth arguments to you. It hasn't just been, Ryan Wiley's a piece of fucking trash, and fuck him, cause fuck him, and that's all, guys. I'm the imaginative piece of fuck out.
That's a random attack.
You have to remember, TJ, because
shit.
Hit a button on your fucking...
Yeah,
I'm going to, bitch.
Because Ryan Winey attacks you in a more general sense, like, this is a group of hate-filled idiots.
Hey, Scotty.
It's
Fuck
okay.
you, bitch.
It's okay,
Fuck
TJ.
you. I
TJ,
hate you, Scotty.
You're a hate-filled...
I fucking
person.
hate your ass.
I'm done with that type of cynical game. I'm not.
You're not, bitch.
Because
Ryan Wiley, I challenge you to a fight.
On a fucking rope bridge.
A street fight.
No.
I challenge you to a street fight. An unsanctioned, illegal street fight where we will fight in the streets and hurt each other with objects.
And like,
a street fight in the street.
If you guys try to go back, they'll be like vicious fucking dogs trying to bite you.
Yeah, there'll be 2 chain link fences on either side of us, and they'll both be filled
Will there be
with
like
vicious Dobermans.
Metal trash cans with like fire
Yes.
coming out of them and
Yeah,
shit like that.
Yeah, and we could throw
barrels filled with
and
fire,
like lead pipes and fucking
chains.
Yeah, chains with like fucking blocks of cement on the end that we could swing around. You know?
Fuck, dude.
It's gonna be fucking brutal.
It's gonna be a crazy fight.
It's gonna be brutal.
It's gonna be brutal.
Extreme fighting.
Brutal.
Nothing in it for me anymore.
So do you accept my challenge, Ryan? Let me know on
it's
Twitter your
truly
favorite
dumb. And when it comes down
medium of
to it-
communication.
Didn't you block him?
Oh yeah, I did. Someone.
You blocked him. You blocked him.
I think I unblocked him. Maybe
You
Like,
unblocked him.
think
maybe.
about who these people trumpet. Someone like Thunderfoot, who literally thinks that because he has a PhD in chemistry and does science, he's really good at finding patterns. Therefore, he understands how culture affects people.
Hold on.
Okay.
If you were saying the only person who has the right to make that kind of statement is someone who has like a PhD in some relevant field, and even then it doesn't make them right, but at least then it makes sense. You're sitting there saying, "Oh, Thunderfoot ain't no expert. He's just a scientist."
This is the same dude with a math degree that goes around like, because I have a math degree, I did some equations, and I've realized that the math adds up, and we're right.
But I mean, he'll even use his math degree to trump it. Oh, I understand politics more than you because I have a math degree or some shit. But when Thunderfoot does the same kind of shit, and Thunderfoot's not always like going around like, I'm a scientist, guys.
Look at my PhD.
Remember,
it's on the wall.
I'm a scientist.
It's on the wall.
As a scientist, I think sciencey things about science, you guys.
I think he just hates Thunderfoot because he has more of an education than
He
even
wears
he does.
his lab coat everywhere he goes. constantly.
Professor Thunderfoot.
Yeah, Professor
No,
Foot!
what are you guys talking about? Dr. Thunderfoot. Doctor.
I think
Dr.
Professor
Foot.
sounds like more badass.
He's a doctor.
Can he be Professor Dr. Thunderfoot?
Yes, Professor Dr. Thunderfoot on the case.
PhD.
Fucking Sherlock Holmes is on the fucking case, bitch.
What do you say to that? Chemistry, it's a great discipline. It's the study of molecules. Just knowing math does not mean
Mathematics
someone's
majors obviously are the best people to solve the problems of feminism and like to sort these issues out with our society. Thank you.
Yeah, and if someone is an expert in one thing, that means that they're not even allowed to comment on other things because that has nothing to do with the thing they're an expert in.
Yes.
You know, just like Thunderfoot, you know, maybe he'll say tomorrow that, 2 + 2 = 4, as Scotty demonstrated for us earlier, but Brian Wiley could say, you're just a chemist. What do you fucking know? I'm the math major, and I say 2 + 2 = 27.
you know everything about the world. Like, if there's one word to describe
That's a total
lot of
straw
these
man.
individuals,
I don't think Thunderfoot's ever started a video.
you're
I know
scientist.
everything. I know everything in the world.
You think you just know everything about the world because you're a scientist.
Nothing, scientist.
Yeah.
Ignorant scientist. Stick to chemistry, fucktard.
that's hubris, and they have no humility. While at the same time, they will come to me and
What's
be
up,
like,
the humility when you make these kind of
you have a
statements?"
math degree, you think that means you know everything, even though I've never said that.
No one's ever
Yeah, you
said that
have.
means you know everything. No one's ever attacked you. That
He
means
pretty much
Not everything. He'll say, I know what I'm talking about this subject.
Yeah.
No, but I'm
Okay,
talking
yeah.
about is the way that he constantly, like, name drops his math degree and, like, your face. Since how many on this sandwich? Okay, 1, 2.
Never say. The thing is, hey, I have a degree in math and economics, which is why I'd like to talk about.
So,
But you also talk about other that are not related
Yeah.
to those things, and you don't say, well, I'm just an idiot now because I don't have a degree in this, so don't even take
yeah,
my word seriously.
Why is a degree an advanced degree qualifier to have a conversation about an issue? I just don't understand that. If it affects everyone, whether they have a degree or an expertise or not, they should still have some opinion or being able to discuss it. I don't really see the problem with that.
All right, everybody. We're going to go ahead and take a break, and we'll be right back.
Yep.
Don't fucking leave. And also hit thumbs up if you haven't already. If you want the making of Eggs 2.
Eggs 2.
Starring Scotty, apparently.
And TJ. TJ will also be in Eggs too.
Yeah.
Maybe even Yujiro.
I want to have a cameo role in it. I don't know.
You can be the egg.
I don't want to be an egg.
You're going to be an
Ben
egg.
will be an egg.
Fuck no, I back out.
Ben has already backed out of Eggs 2.
Yeah.
What a puss.
Eggs 2. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
All right. We'll
Me
be right
and
back.
my homies.
Simple sex twister. That's how he fucked her as he stared into her eyes, and he realized that she's baptized. downtown, hobo on the ground. Says he got a probe, no, I got my chode. But no, that's sick. If I want a dick, I can get a dick. And I like the metal stick with the little drip drip. Without the knob on the top and all the stickiness. And I know the satisfaction of a man, don't get me wrong. Wires the eyes and baby doesn't turn me on. Like when a man tries to beat me, take off my hobo clothes and then he tries to feed me. Cracking them out, put in the mouth, sexual sound, make scream out. Then I'll be the hobo unit friends. Talk about standing in the street, getting bent over a vent. Looking forward to the probing experience. Get the move, dude, use it for the back in action. Stick it in and watch the hobo's ass contraction. Hobo, 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 hobo. Anal, 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 probing, 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 probing. Hobo, anal, probing. Chillin' at home, watching the tube, sorting a boner for the killing of the hobos in the vicinity of the bone. Feeling good, looking out the window, looking down the alley for a dirty old hobo. Yeah, I like the anal probing, shoving like the dirty dozen. Says the ladies in the dress, baby's mama's daddy's cousin. Make me feel like a hobo, tie me down for anal probing. Crossing over with blood running out my ass. Think it's funny, take a look at fucking bust you in the nuts like you're my lover. Fucking dirty hobo dick, it's also like the sucker trip. Things once about your trip, the hobo probing confidence. Building up the meters, up the lonely boy, just yucky fucking hobo, 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 anal, 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 probing, 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 hobo, anal, probing. Fuck that, I ain't no tool, bitch. I'm a hobo with two motherfucking fists. And feel that rim shot, big cock in your mouth, fuck, thinking master the anal probe. Greasy, 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 grease it up. Stick it, stick it, stick it, stick it in. Slide it up and down, slide it up and down. Slide it all around. Greasy, 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 grease it up. Stick it, stick it, stick it, stick it in. Slide it up and down, slide it up and down. Slide it all around. Greasy, 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 grease it up. Stick it, stick it, stick it, stick it in. Slide it up and down, slide it up and down. Slide it all around. Greasy, 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 grease it up. Stick it, stick it, stick it, stick it in. Slide it up and down, slide it up and down. Slide it all around. Greasy, 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 grease it up. Stick it, stick it, stick it, stick it in. Slide it up and down, slide it up and down. Slide it all around. Hobo, 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 hobo. Anal, 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 anal. Robin, 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 Robin. Hobo, anal, Robin. Tell me how to eat it right, how to take the flavor. All night with my peaches and cream on my body, I dream of some girl. Tell me how to treat it right. I lick your pussy all night, and I am policing dreams with my face in your cream, with details to come. And I believe, with your pussy, and I will eat, your pussy clean. Tell me that you'll be my girl. Tell me that you'll be my world. Tell me that you'll be that slut in my dreams that I want you to be. Tell me that you'll suck my dick. Tell me that you'll lick, lick, lick. Tell me that you'll rock my cock like a whore and never stop. Never stop. Never stop. Tell me how to stick it right, how to poke you in the pokey and feel tight, with my dick clean from your mouth servicing. Let's go, girl. pussy. Tell me that you'll be my girl. Tell me that you'll be my world. Tell me that you'll be that slut in my dreams that I want her to be. Tell me that you'll suck my dick. Tell me that you'll blink, blink, blink. Tell me that you'll rock my cock like a whore and never stop. Never stop. Never stop. You know I'll wait for you to break your dawn. You know I'll wait by your window till the moon is undone. You know I'll wait by your back door down the scream and kick 'em outside and see me while kids are making playing in the sun. Well, I got my rights, I pay my bills, I got my know-how. When I never like to get my hands dirty, I got it all figured out. When I never play out the game with a chick, got to a change that bring me neither rich fucking no fame. Because I just want me a motherfucker, yeah. Thinking I just.
And the Drunken Peasants are back.
They're back.
Once more to talk our unique brand of bullshit to the masses of dumbasses.
Me, tell me.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh fucking yeah!
Ooh,
and by the way, folks, shut up, Scotty. Advertisers, you might not like them, but they support the show and they keep it. Damn it. They keep it free for you. We're running an audience survey to tell us more about the Drunken Peasants listeners and viewers, and your answers will help us find advertisers that are matched to your interests, so you're not sitting there watching a bunch of crap that you could not care less about. And, you know, the better the chances that you're happy, the better the chances our advertisers are happy, the better chances everyone's happy. So please go to podsurvey.com/peasants to take the survey. It can be located down below in the description section of this video if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're listening on iTunes or something, that's once again podsurvey.com/peasants to take the survey.
Yeah, it takes less than 5 minutes. The survey is completely anonymous. And when you're finished, you can enter your email address if you choose for a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card, and they will be giving away 1 gift card per month.
What could I get with that gift card, Scotty?
You could get a lifetime supply of paper clips.
Oh my. So enter to win your chance to get a $100 gift card. Help us find the advertisers that are right for you. podsurvey.com/peasants. Check it out.
Yeah.
And, you know, probably, I've been on some pretty good vacations in my life, but probably the best vacations I've had were going to Las Vegas, just because it's like a town that's built around sin and vice, and you know what a licentious person I can be, Ben.
Absolutely, and just like we wouldn't talk about what happened in Atlantic City, we won't talk about what happened in Vegas. You know, and I've had good times in Vegas too. Every time I've gone to Vegas recently, I've used Vegas.com to book everything. Well, because Vegas.com is located locally in Las Vegas, and they're insiders, and insiders always get the best deals.
And they have this system called Drop Watch. It basically guarantees you're going to get the lowest rate on a room because it's constantly watching the rates on rooms. And even if you've already paid for your room, you can get a lower rate after the fact.
So it keeps checking.
It's always checking.
Wow. And also, Vegas.com doesn't just offer great rates on hotels. They also offer great rates on shows, tours, and attractions, and restaurants, which is something TJ's definitely into.
Oh, yeah. And more importantly, even than that, you can get access to cheap drinks, all-night parties, and show details. The only thing they won't help you with is your escorts. You're going to have to take care of that on your own. Vegas.com.
Okay, guys, so go to Vegas.com right now, click on the microphone in the top right corner, and enter my code, which is DP, to receive an extra 10% off everything but air and hotel packages. That's Vegas.com. Click on the microphone and get your bonus savings by using the secret code DP. Book today or die.
Thus concludes that completely natural conversation between friends.
Of course.
All right. So,
what's next on the agenda, Ben?
Gender bender.
Next video, we have Jenny McDermott.
Oh.
Finally!
Yay!
Yeah.
The return of Jenny McDermott to the Drunken Peasants podcast.
It's a 13-minute long video. What expectation should we set?
We have to make sure we check the end to make sure we can see the
She wasn't
just
like,
kidding,
psych!
you know, psych, guys. It's the 90s and she's just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Psych.
It's dedicated to Thunderfoot, and the title is
Her favorite person.
"Sorry, Your Dad Has Cancer."
Sorry, your dad has cancer.
Is this a
but now
sarcastic
he's
apology?
I don't
dead.
think so.
Okay.
But I think there was some shit brought up in a previous video about Thunderfoot's dad having cancer. So
let's take a look.
Hi guys, so I wanted to just make a quick video explaining the situation with Thunderfoot and his dad dying of cancer. Because a lot of you have been sending me messages about your own father's cancer deaths, and I am truly sorry that that has happened to you.
Cancer sucks, we know that.
But I also
hope we don't get DMCA'd
am not
for showing
very
this.
much swayed.
Yeah, let's be DMCA'd right now.
DMC. Yeah. I'm sorry that I told Thunderfoot's dad you could die or whatever, but, you know.
My opinion by appeals to emotion like that. So basically, let me just give you a rundown of things up to this point.
Okay.
Which is that Thunderfoot regularly makes videos that have criticized Anita Sarkeesian.
Sure.
And
So,
you
that's
can
all
call
true.
it valid criticism if you want, but I feel for the
Okay.
most part that it has been conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy theory?
What? Some of the videos were just going through like Anita's dissertation.
videos that Anita has made.
Yeah, conspiracy theories? Not really, no.
It's not like, Thunderfoot and Jesse the Body Ventura are getting together and like, cracking the case on Anita Sarkeesian.
Yeah. That actually might be happening, Ben. Do we know if that's not?
I mean, like,
do we know it's not?
When Thunderfoot points out that Anita, like, dishonestly represented something like, I don't know, Hitman or something.
Yeah.
Where he demonstrates that, yes, she really did give people the wrong impression of the game. Is that something you would consider a conspiracy theory?
Or also, he talked about the billions of male video game characters that are killed in, these games like Call of Duty, all that shit. It's like,
I would say there's definitely more male characters killed in video games.
That's what we were saying. It was like,
than female
okay,
characters.
you're saying one of the standards, like, be an object is like there's disposability. And it's like these male characters are just killed in mass. No one gives a shit.
And when he does this, Anita Sarkeesian even put out a tweet a few months back that every time that people like Repsion or Thunderfoot or TJ or some other guy
wasn't
with
in
like a
that post.
No, you actually were not a part of that. I think you're just viewed as like total.
Yeah,
like,
you were not.
You're persona non grata.
They just
you don't
insert
exist.
me into things that I'm not even in.
Yeah, you don't exist as far as that's concerned.
Beard
I'm the
make
delusion dick
videos
fucking the
about
space
her
pussy.
that her
Vagina
harassment
jacket.
increases exponentially. So every single
But her definition of harassment is
disagreeing with her.
I posted an argument on the internet and someone disagreed with it. Harassment.
time, and I know this for a fact, every single time that I'm mentioned in a tweet from Thunderfoot or Sargon, or if Bane comes to a video of mine and leaves a comment, even though he's been nice before, I will get an influx of harassment.
It's not harassment. It's called tweets. They're called tweets, Jenny. People are tweeting you.
I disagree with your position. Oh my god, I am so persecuted, you guys.
Even if it's horrible shit, I still wouldn't say it's harassment. Even if it's just like general trolling or shit talking.
I mean, look, obviously people on the internet do get harassed, but it's like, not, just because someone responds to you doesn't automatically make it harassment. There has to be actually some sort of definition or understanding of what actually constitutes harassment.
Yeah, also, there doesn't have to be like an ongoing pattern of like targeting someone for harassment to be the case. Like, if I say Scotty is a cunt, that's not harassment. It's only a cunt. He's only a harassment if I call him a cunt every day. So it is harassment, Scotty.
It would be like 30 to 50 new comments from people saying that I'm a slut, a whore, a cunt.
Okay.
Slut and whore are not necessarily insults.
Whatever. Just basically saying like the most awful things you've ever heard before. I hope you die.
I've heard much more awful things.
I've heard way worse things than slut and cunt.
There's assholes on the internet. There's plenty of them. You know, get over it. If you're gonna post things publicly for people to find or see, people are gonna insult you. Like, the Drunken Peasants have been, you know, harassed until the end of time. We're just like, oh, you know, I'm an idiot, or I'm a piece of shit, I deserve to die. Like, that's fine,
I mean,
whatever.
think about any time we've ever even made something that anyone thought was wrong or a mistake.
Oh, yeah, sure.
You know, the first thing, we go to the comment section, it's like, oh my fucking god, Drunken Peasants jumped a fucking shark tonight, guys. You hear what they said, man?
And there's plenty of times we've been wrong and, you know, said stupid shit or said incorrect shit, and people pointed out, oh, well, I mean, that's how the internet goes.
Yeah.
So
the other day, someone pointed out that Scotty is a stupid fucking piece of shit.
You're harassing me now, TJ. Calling the internet
Anyways,
police on you. Call the Fox
a
News
lot of it has
security.
to do with the power that comes along with having a large
Or a
audience.
Fox News anchor with an
And
axe.
Yeah. Even
absolutely, Thunderfoot has a large subscriber base, and
So, if you have a problem with Thunderfoot's large subscriber base harassing you, then why are you making a YouTube video about him?
That is a good question.
Right, I mean, it's not like Thunderfoot didn't... He's not, like, sending them out to you or something. It's just he happens to have a lot of eyeballs, so if you fucking say something to Thunderfoot and he says something back, inevitably some of those eyeballs are going to wander their way on your page and talk some shit. And I'm sure that most of them aren't even talking shit. Most of them are probably replying to you respectfully. I've noticed that with my own audience. You know, if I fucking attack someone, most people will actually go and try to argue with that person. They don't just go to say, you're a fucking retard. Some do, sure.
And there's people that are fans of yours that probably say, I think you're wrong, TJ, and they're right.
Yeah, that can happen too. But for the most part, people want to have an argument. They want to have a fucking discussion. But it's like, oh, even trying to have a discussion or a debate is viewed as like, oh, this harassment, and the fact that you even question my ideas is offensive.
obviously easy to manipulate. So
Thunderfoot's audience is obviously easy to manipulate.
Yes, of
Okay,
course.
if they were easy to
They're
manipulate,
peons.
why wouldn't they be conservative Christians that wave the flag and cite the pledge and, you know, buy whatever fucking either the mainstream liberal or the mainstream conservative
Hey, TJ,
Kool-Aid?
You know, Thulsa Doom, Thunderfoot, kind of sounds a little bit similar, man. Like, people literally, Thunderfoot's followers literally leap to their deaths to obey Thunderfoot. You know, it's really the
Steel isn't strong, boy.
You know, Thunderfoot really is a cult leader, and someone finally has the courage to stand up and expose him. He is a cult leader.
He must be stopped.
He just snaps his fingers, and people are willing to die to defend
He
his
must
name.
Be stopped.
For
he says a few things about Sarkeesian. They don't check facts.
All hail Thunderfoot!
All hail Thunderfoot!
Hail Thunderfoot!
Hail Thunderfoot!
Hail
Thunderfoot!
Verbatim what he says in the comments of other videos, attack supporters of hers. Their way
Attack
of thinking
At dawn, we
is,
attack.
you're right,
I love
you're
how
wrong,
this
there's
thing...
no room for...
Okay, this is a video about how you fucking did some attack against his cancer-ridden dad. And you're trying to start it off by saying, okay, but understand the context of him being a total dick.
Yeah, he's a total dick. We all know it.
Before you hear the heinous shit that I said or did, understand that Thunderfoot sucks, okay? It's important
He's
to
a bad
recognize
person,
that.
so because he's a bad person, it's fun to make fun of his sick daddy dying.
discussion, and you can fuck off if you believe otherwise. But he doesn't just do this with Anita Sarkeesian. He does it with feminists across the board. He does this with rape victims. He basically just like discredits any rape victim.
What?
He thinks that
He discredits any rape victim.
Thunderfoot, professional rape
Like
discreditor.
Like it could have just happened,
Yeah,
and there was just
fuck
DNA
that
evidence through the
professional
roof.
rape apologist. Looks like she was asking for it, guys. Yeah, I remember when Thunderfoot was on the Drunken Peasants, he was like, you know, I don't think rape's a big deal, nothing to it.
I don't even think it really happened.
Yeah, I don't think it even really happens. Even if it does, it's definitely consensual.
Yep.
Or she was asking for it. Come on, she was wearing a short skirt. She asked for it.
that it's the fault of the woman, which is rape culture. For those of you who say rape culture doesn't exist, a lot of you, I'm pretty sure, don't understand what that means. The word rape, the words.
You're just too ignorant to understand. Rape culture does exist, but because I said so. That's basically the argument here. I said it exists, and you probably just don't understand. You're an ignorant
I have a question.
fool.
Does Rain not understand? Because they denounced rape culture. They said, "Oh no, rape culture is not a thing. We think this is a stupid idea."
No, they don't understand.
And this was an organization that feminists up to this point touted their statistics left and right.
TJ, they don't understand.
So are you telling me that people who deal with this issue exclusively actually help victims, advocate for victims, they don't understand?
Yes.
They're just stupid. They don't get what those words mean.
No.
Because they're just antiquated.
They're just
stuck in some
confused,
fucking
but they
prior
just don't
time.
know. Well, TJ, you know what? It's just the patriarchy, controls so much.
One time a man said something sexist, and some other time some other man raped a woman, therefore those things are connected because they both happened.
Yes, obviously.
Basically, it's the idea that women are somehow at fault for their own rape. So that's with like memes where a girl has her breast showing and she's like, my eyes are up here, such as the thumbnail used in Thunderfoot's most recent video. It's suggesting that...
Okay, so what? Where the fuck? Who cares where your eyes are if your tits are out? I'm gonna look at your tits before I look at your fucking eyes. First of all, they're usually bigger. Second of all, what the fuck is so magical about eyes? Like, eyes are this important fucking thing. I try to avoid looking people in the eye when I can.
Because you're fucking scared.
Humans are disgusting.
She
But a
is
big pair of
being
tits is
provocative,
nice.
so she deserves that sort of attention, which
I think
isn't
you're
true.
positing a lot on
Hey, you know what?
Women-
But you
in
know
that
what?
statement.
If I go around naked, people are going to be looking at other things before they look at my eyes, too. Maybe not for the same reasons, but they're still going to be looking at that first.
Your toes.
You know that
That
naked fat man that just came through here? He had the most beautiful eyes.
The most beautiful eyes. Wow. His
Think at a
toes
bar
were
don't deserve to
nicely
be
kept, too.
raped. Nobody deserves to be raped. Men don't deserve to be raped.
Thank you.
So
I don't think Thunderfoot ever said
what
I
he's
endorse
doing
rape. Come on.
is confusing and misguiding a lot of you who aren't necessarily educated to begin with.
Wow.
So basically, like I said, the unwashed, uneducated masses do not understand what the prophet here is trying to tell them.
You notice this is like a common personality trait among these feminist types. It's
You're
like,
just too stupid to get it.
If only you stupid, unwashed, uneducated, filthy fucking peasants just understood what I was talking about, then there would be no fucking
There
problems.
would
But
be
you're
all
so dumb.
universal agreement and support.
And you just believe this idiot Thunderfoot, who is a rape apologist, who loves rape, who endorses rape, who has rape, the word rape, tattooed to his chest in big thug life letters.
That would be crazy.
Thunderfoot.
And I don't mean that you don't read or, that you're not reading, but you're reading blogs, which are not credible sources, or you're watching a vlog, and that's not a credible source.
So,
This
this is not a credible source.
She's about to say it's
She
not a
is.
credible source.
Yeah, she is about to say it.
Case closed.
credible
So
source.
why are we listening?
But when I do make videos, I do try to use credible sources, and I cite them. So,
pretty sure so does
for the most
Thunderfoot.
part, I'm going to get back to why say that Thunderfoot's dad
You don't
doesn't
need a
have
source for an
cancer, or that he-
opinion. You make an argument,
Yeah.
and people say, "Oh, I've seen the structure of your argument, and I agree with it, or I don't."
I think she just said that she suggested that Thunderfoot's dad didn't have cancer. Let me.
Okay.
Flapping his fucking gums. Flapping his gums.
Fucking TJ.
I say that Thunderfoot's dad doesn't have cancer, or that he's lying about it. And it originally wasn't my idea, but it's a very good idea. So this was brought about by Bewildered Abe, who...
Wait a minute. Wait.
Are you defending that you said that, or
So wait, no. She's honestly about to say that she said that Thunderfoot's dad really wasn't dying of cancer because
Yeah.
he should know what it feels like to be a woman who's not believed when she's raped. Because of course Thunderfoot has done that to so many women.
Oh wow, this is pretty insipid.
actually made a
honestly.
video that if it were played side by side of Thunderfoot's video, it would be identical. So he's basically showing Thunderfoot, this is your argument towards Anita Sarkeesian. This is your argument toward feminists every time. And I'm going to say the exact same thing back to you, only, make it about something related to you. So when Thunderfoot put out a video about his dad dying of cancer, the idea then came to make a satire that would show to Thunderfoot,
hey, someone's dad's dying of cancer. You know what we should do? Make a satire.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
This is such a low blow.
It's like
even for this ilk.
Even when you cushion it in all your morally righteous bullshit, that's still pretty fucked up and reprehensible. You stupid fucking piece of goddamn human garbage.
Also, arguing about the place of like social institutions and the power dynamics of society, like. These are things that people are really still debating and arguing over. There's not like some sort of consensus or a scientific thing we can just look at and say, oh, okay, like Thunderfoot's dad dying of cancer is medically verifiable. Why would he lie about it? Oh, my dad's dying. It's not like he's saying he's doing it, so give him money or something. He was just saying, this is what's going on in my life. This is probably why I'm, distracted or not making content or whatever. And they take it upon themselves to say, oh, well, what if we didn't believe you about that? And this is supposed to be some, great point where it's like, voila, there you go.
And now you see how flawed your argument truly is.
You are truly a flawed person, Thunderfoot.
That he has been extremely unfair to feminists and rape victims and Anita Sarkeesian.
No, he is not.
By using his own words. The only thing changed would be the fact that Thunderfoot's dad is dying of cancer. Which is sensitive, but it's also a big attention grabber. And look at how many people have...
Yeah, it's an attention grabber because people are like, I can't believe that cunt did something so cuntish as to fucking drag someone's dying family member into a fucking petty internet squabble.
Yeah, to prove that...
To prove some stupid fucking point that doesn't even make any fucking sense to begin with.
Yeah, that makes no sense, yes.
To the aid of him over this thing. Like, they think that we're actually saying that his dad isn't dying of cancer. And the point is, we're proving it's not okay for him to contribute to the massive amount of harassment that women receive on...
Wrong. That's not what you're doing. Everyone understands you're doing it for attention. That's not even in dispute. We all understand you're not really saying, oh, I think this is a fraud, or this is a scheme.
Hey, guys, everything I do is righteous because I'm on this moral crusade. And you see, anything I do or say, even if it seems reprehensible and horrible, really, it's just great attention grab for my, moral crusade, which trumps everything else.
Also, Thunderfoot is evil, so he kind of deserves it.
Yeah.
Using his own words back at him.
He's a real jerk.
Look, I think we've all seen Thunderfoot's videos, and, it's very clear to me his videos are not just, mindless conjecture, where he's just like, you know what, I don't believe in rape, I don't believe in this, I don't believe in that. Most of his videos deal with the substance of something.
The way she's talking about Thunderfoot, if you didn't know who Thunderfoot was, and you were just imagining him in your head... It would basically be like...
The Beast or something.
Yeah, it'd be like someone like the Beast in a wife beater that gets on camera and is like, this girl, I was down the street, she told me she was raped, and I was like...
You were raped, bitch.
you don't know.
I didn't do it, so I don't believe it. Let me go check on that.
I don't even think rape happens, you stupid cunt.
I think maybe 1 in a million rapes might be true. Maybe. Nah, never mind, not true.
That's the point.
That's Thunderfoot.
I know you think that that's insane, but... And maybe it is.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, to Thunderfoot, who's playing this and milking this for all it's worth on Twitter with the thank you for your kitty pictures. Thank you, I really needed that. I need a hug.
Oh, wow, he's sad because his dad is dying.
Yeah,
what a faggot.
Please be empathetic
He's just
towards
milking
me.
it.
Fucking what empathy and sympathy. Fuck you, Thunderfoot.
Your
dad's roasted in hell.
You mean to tell me that just because your dad is dying,
you feel good when people send you happy messages and give you things to uplift your spirit? What a bunch of nonsense.
Acting like he is a victim, he is milking that. This is the person that when interviewed by Ray Comfort...
What did you just say? Did you just say Thunderfoot is acting like a victim?
Thunderfoot always playing the victim card.
Wow. The stunning lack of anything even bearing a passing resemblance to self-awareness. Shit.
Was asked whether or not he would stop the Holocaust. I'm paraphrasing. I don't know exactly what Ray Comfort said verbatim, but he said something to the effect of, if you had a chance to go back and kill Hitler, would you? And Thunderfoot could not definitively say, yes, absolutely.
Well, he has a very analytical mind, and he would think, well, if I change that in the past, who knows how that would affect the future today?
Yeah, maybe you kill Hitler and you come back and the Nazis won World War II.
Yeah, maybe it's worse.
He was too much of a fucking burden.
We don't know. That's some crazy hypothetical. It's like, answer this crazy hypothetical that will have implications on the entire planet. It's like, I can't definitively answer that question. Oh, you endorse Hitler.
And sure, he is welcome to his discussion of the subject. He's welcome to take any stance that he wants, either way. But to the majority of people, they would see a mass genocide as something that has no benefit.
You are an imbecile of the fucking lowest caliber of shit.
You just proved it right there. It's like, how can you say definitively that killing Hitler as a child would prevent the Holocaust? How can you say that? How can you know that?
How do you know it wouldn't have been worse? How do you know Russia wouldn't have taken over the fucking world? I mean, you don't fucking know.
There's so many different variables. Like it's
unlike your stupid fucking dimble brain. Thunderfoot is actually, like, there's actually neurons still firing in there that might say, hey, maybe assassinating one of the most important political figures in history might not just have the intended consequences.
Okay, it's also not like that they said this. If you could kill Hitler and prevent World War II and everything would be good and wonderful, would you do it? It's like, okay, well, sure. That wasn't the question. It was just like this crazy hypothetical, and you're supposed to answer it. And either way you answer, it's supposed to basically just trap you. It's like, if you say, oh, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, Ray Comfort asked this question. Those are always questions that are loaded.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, you say no, it's like, you wouldn't stop Hitler? If you say yes,
you're a monster.
Then you know, there's some sort of theistic trap behind that.
Well, now you said yes to that, you would also agree that God must punish sinners or some shit.
Yeah, of course.
Whatever technological advancement that Thunderfoot believes came out of thousands of Jews dying in gas chambers.
Millions.
No, I would prefer to be living in a hut. I would prefer to not have working electricity.
Okay, well, think about more people would probably die over the course of living in huts and having no electricity.
Yeah, no running water, no access to sanitation, because most diseases that people commonly got, you know,
so
in primitive times were from shit water.
You might be saving 6 million people only to doom fucking hundreds of millions of people.
Yeah, I mean, this is just...
But because your stupid fucking limited brain doesn't even think about these fucking realms of possibility beyond what's directly in front of you and your myopic, stupid fucking ass, you're just like, Thunderfoot's obviously wrong because and that's supposed to be some cogent argument that we're going to take seriously?
Growing my own corn or something? Like, anything in order for those people to have not been brutally murdered at a large scale.
Wow, you're a saint.
And that's just me. That's how I am morally.
Oh, shut up.
You're a saint. Wow. I would live in a hut in the middle of nowhere, being whipped every day. If it meant one Jew could have lived a happy, productive life, if Anne Frank would have lived, I would do it.
Even if all of humanity would have had to be enslaved and whipped by alien overlords, it would have been worth it to save those Jews in the Holocaust.
And whether I don't know if he identifies as a moral relativist or moral subjectivist, but basically based on that moral that I have, where I'm saying that no, absolutely it's not okay, he's trying to discuss it, which I understand that.
Do you?
But a person who does that can't then turn around and say that a satire about his father's cancer is immoral.
Yes, he still totally can. Because the Holocaust is like this major historical event that people have been talking about and speculating about for years.
What can you
Whereas
talk about?
his father dying is his own personal life that you should have nothing to fucking say about whatsoever.
Yeah, it's not because dad's making YouTube videos or something, or did, or whatever. I mean, look, if they want to comment on it, they have a right to comment on it. But I mean, in the way they did it, it's just like it's so low. It's we're gonna show you how you twist the English language, and we're gonna make it some, taste of your own medicine. It's like you're not even doing that though. It's not even. This isn't even valid. I just don't even see what there's this huge disconnect with what she's saying. And I'm such a moral person, and I would do anything to prevent human suffering. But at the same time, to make Thunderfoot suffer, you're like, oh, that's fine, that's funny. Actually, I kind of
not
like
even just
enjoy
Thunderfoot, but like basically anybody in Thunderfoot's family that could be hurt by that, including his father, who's struggling with cancer, probably going to die of cancer. I haven't seen Thunderfoot's video, so I don't know how bad the prognosis is.
Yeah.
Can't. He's not allowed to switch it on and off like that. You can't just say that like the Holocaust could have had many benefits.
I don't think that's what he said.
I mean, I don't know what he said, but I really doubt he was going, I don't think it was so bad.
Yeah, I seriously don't see Thunderfoot sitting around saying, the Holocaust had many benefits. Maybe he did. I think that his YouTube career kind of would be over if he had actually said something like that, but maybe I'm wrong.
I think I would have seen the footage of that in my inbox by now.
Right. Someone's like, what do you guys think about Thunderfoot saying the Holocaust is cool?
To me, this is her interpretation of Thunderfoot. This is not really like, let's see from the horse's mouth, I'm not going to believe what she's saying about the situation.
The world. And then turn around and a satire about your father that is a satire about your father is this big immoral thing where the scum of the earth, SJWs, need to be taken down. And that's what he's doing. In this video and the one that he just did, where he's drinking and raving like a maniac,
No. I saw the video. He had been drinking, but he was just talking about things.
Raving like a maniac.
I mean,
he's a maniac.
It looked like he had a buzz going on. Whatever. He was not raving like a. That's such a weird way to describe it.
Well, any pejorative is going to be.
He was kind of like rambling. I guess rambling is a better word than raving.
Raving like a lunatic.
That makes it seem like he's like jumping around and like shitting in his hand and throwing it around and
skip to the end of this pile of shit.
I don't know. She might say this is a satire between now and the end of the fucking video.
I don't care.
he is trying to gather you all together.
That does seem to be her defense a lot now that I think about it. That was satire.
Yep.
Satire. It was satire.
Oh, it was satire. Every time she gets in hot water, that was satire.
Oh, okay. Before anyone even says it, the Drunken Peasants have a satire thing before their videos.
We did.
How convenient.
But we say in advance that some statements will be satirical.
No.
Okay.
The fucking group is bigger than the sum of its components or whatever. Or the whole is bigger than the sum of its components. He is rallying you all together. And he's saying we all need to stick together and fight these SJWs. He's trying to say...
Okay, you've already said this pretty much.
Oh my god.
So, where's the part where you say this video is satire?
JJ, a 19-year-old girl who has been sexually harassed online to the point where she was affected by it and had to make a video about it because she wanted it to stop. And he made a joke of this and shared several tweets making fun of her.
Because doesn't it strike you as strange? It's like this harassment online is going too far. Let me make a video about it now. What?
I mean, I don't even know what the situation she's talking about.
No, but I'm saying if you're being harassed online, do you keep going back for more and more than saying, well, they just need to stop? They just need to recognize, like, if people are attacking you and you feel, like, deeply, like, on your inside, like, I feel sick, I feel this is, like, triggering all these emotions and problems.
It's pretty obvious to me that a lot of these SJWs wear these personal attacks against them like badges of honor to prove how relevant they are to their cause, so... I don't think they're even sweating.
That's what I'm
it.
saying. That you go I'm gonna go make a video about it now. It's like that strikes me as strange.
I mean, come on, Anita Sarkeesian trots that shit out every other chance
all
she
the
gets.
time. Oh, these people attack me. Oh, they want me dead. Oh, they hate me. Oh, I'm just this poor victim.
Look at these horrible people that hate me. Therefore, I must be right.
Of course.
She sucks.
And he has zero self-awareness. He has no idea
Oh my God,
just
the irony.
what a complete
He
shit
doesn't
he is.
know anything. He's so dumb. He's so
Whatever.
stupid.
Take
Whatever, he's
what you
dumb.
will out of that. But know that
Not
if
much.
your dad has died of cancer, I am sorry. But
Okay.
you know what? People die of cancer. They do. They die. You're going to die. I could die after
Why is your
uploading.
attitude about the Holocaust so different than that?
Yeah, the Holocaust. You're a moral crusader.
People die
because you're
right?
a moral person.
Yeah, shouldn't you just?
I'm just making a statement about life, guys. People die. It rains. You know, the sun rises. the sun
Genocides
sets.
happen, you guys. You know, it's just one of those things that happens on Earth. You know, people
You
die,
wake up to have a
genocide
nice-
happens,
A nice cup of
dictators
Folgers.
rise, countries get duped, people fucking
And
get
sign
rounded
an
up in
order.
camps and die. You
Sign
know, that's
order
what
if you
happens.
enter. You know, typical because people.
And also, why should she care about people in her camp receiving threats anyway? People receive threats, you know. People receive death threats.
Just a few Jews
people
in
die.
a camp.
It just happens.
In a camp.
It's one of those things.
Few Jews in a camp. Okay, and they're in a camp, and that's.
This video by driving on the freeway. That's what fucking
Yeah.
happens. Stuff dies.
Stuff dies.
Stuff dies.
So-
Inanimate objects die.
Good day to you. And
Hey, I'm
hope
killing this
you
water bottle.
feel a
It's
little
dying.
better now
Stuff
that
is
you have a little bit of insight into what's going on. And feel free to leave
dead.
as many awful comments below as you can, and I will make fun of you.
JK.
All right, bye.
I hate you all.
JK, guys. Just kidding. It's all satire.
When people call me out, it's just satire. It was just a joke. Oh, because you made that comment, TJ. Oh, and leave me hateful comments.
Oh, any comments that I made that she was offended by were satire.
Were they?
Yeah, it's just satire.
Satire.
Pure satire.
Pure, unadulterated, unfiltered, 100% pure. Satire.
IRL, I'm down with the feminism.
IRL.
Oh, yeah. Feminism faux life.
He has that shirt. This is what a real feminist looks like. And he points out to people.
I'm a fucking feminist, bro.
One time there was like a 300-pound, like crate. And this woman was trying to move it, and TJ was like, look at that woman, good on her trying to move it. Then some men tried to offer to help her, and TJ's like, whoa, patriarchy, stop. That woman is capable. She can lift 300 pounds if she puts her mind to it. Back off. This is what a real feminist looks like, buddy. And those men had to bow down before TJ's wisdom. They said, oh, we didn't realize the patriarchy was so strong. And they became feminists on the spot, just like TJ.
I touched them.
True story.
I touched them with my hands, and they became feminists.
I guess since we're on the subject, we should play the other SJW video. Do you remember which one it was?
Oh, God, this, yeah.
White Knight! Defender of Anita Sarkeesian.
Yeah.
He travels through the kingdom of Camelot, defending it against the attacks of the sexist people like TJ and Thunder00t. Evil knights from foreign lands, seeking to undo the justice of feminism.
Actually, this is more of a video against Ben, if anybody.
Yeah?
Yeah, fuck Ben!
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I wish to discuss a little bit today an incident that has occurred recently
A little
that
bit.
needs to be clarified
That's a
in
lie.
terms of what is
He's gonna go on
legal
and on. He's gonna blather
ethical
endlessly.
when it comes to, in this case, photographing people in public. And the reason that I bring this up now is also for the reason that I haven't really been doing much on YouTube. It's
What a tragedy.
dealing with
What a
photography.
Greek tragedy.
Now, I've had an interest and or wanted to participate in this kind of a hobby for many, many years,
Wonderful.
but I always seem
Deeply
to
fascinating
never
stuff.
find myself
I
in a
don't need
position where I can
your
afford it.
backstory of your
Now I
life.
can.
I always found myself in a
I've bought
position where I could
pretty
grab
decent camera, and most
Monotone
of my
voice
time,
is
my
so
free time at
interesting.
this point is
God.
spent
Yeah.
My groveling.
So this is a guy, from what I believe, he threatened Thunderfoot. I don't know if it was in jest or, I don't know.
Satire.
But that's what I heard.
It was satire.
Okay.
Obviously satire, Ben, come on.
Okay.
The way
wandering the landscape,
not Ben, but Thunderfoot
things
threatens
to
rape
photograph
victims all the
that are
time.
interesting. To me, it's more rewarding than doing a lot of this at this point, although I probably won't just give up this entirely.
Oh, thank God.
So
I thought
wanted
random
to do this
boring
and to
guy
do it well.
76123 was going to quit.
I'm more
YouTube
relieved than after I
forever.
held a piss for 7
But
hours.
since these interests overlap at this point, I think it's worthwhile for me to go over this.
Oh, wonderful.
The incidents in question that we're going to be dealing with are twofold. One happened with Anita Sarkeesian right here in Ohio, over in Columbus. It's
Over on
basically
Columbus.
On Columbus. They were on Columbus.
Like it's a planet.
Kingmakers.
Store, if you
It's
can
not a
call it
store.
that.
It's a place where people play board games. They basically rent time there and they play board games.
Yep.
This moron can't actually describe the place in question.
It's
so
also
I'll do
like
it
a
for you.
bar, and I think it even serves some food.
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
it's-
food and drinks.
Yeah, it's just a fun place to hang out. There
And
you
he's
go.
about to totally misrepresent the situation.
Appropriate. I've never been there
Anyway,
myself. I know where it's at, but
Ben.
I've never
Yeah, here it comes.
been there myself. She was over there playing a board game, and one of the morons from the Drunken Peasants named Ben
Who's he talking about?
apparently went inside this place and photographed her without her knowledge.
So
yeah, the interesting thing is, like, before you even get into that, so how did you get there? It's like, the way he's implying the story is Ben just arrived there, knew she was there, and took a picture. So what actually happened, Ben, to recap?
I was there, and probably about 25 to 45 minutes after I arrived, Anita Sarkeesian walked in. And at first, I was like, whoa, like, is it really Anita Sarkeesian, or is it just her twin that no one knew about? But then I was like, yeah, it's definitely her. So I was there first for quite a bit of time, and then she showed up.
So you mean to tell me that you didn't even know she was going to be there, Ben?
Absolutely.
He had no prior knowledge.
What an amazing coincidence.
And then we all know what happens. Ben snapped a picture, and then all these guys went crazy. Oh, he's profiting from this. He's a bad person. He should go to jail. He should be sued. Anita should really go after him. Blah blah blah.
And they've been using the picture and whatever else they did to gain money on it for.
We use the picture to gain money.
How do we gain money on the picture?
Yeah, like
Nothing.
How did the picture gain us money? Like,
Nothing. The picture was not licensed or sold to anyone.
It wasn't even used in a video thumbnail, I don't believe.
Nope.
Yeah,
Absolutely
so
not.
how do we use it just to gain money? Is this like
unless people have to like pay you for what they see on Twitter now?
Is this like the underpants gnomes in South Park? It's like step 1, get underpants. Step 2, step 3, profit. I mean, like, is that how it's going here? Like, we got the picture, and then the money just like Nike's calling us up. We want Ben to wear Air Jordans. Like, oh wow, we're making so much money off this picture. I'm so glad Ben took that picture.
Yeah, we sold it to National Enquirer for
Get
a
you
cool
a computer.
1.2 mil.
Out in those individuals. The other incident involved Ryan Wiley, where apparently somebody in Michigan saw him in a restaurant and said they were going to photograph him. In both cases, both people, Ryan and Anita, pointed out that this is just not. It's not ethically sound.
Why not?
Okay, so I noticed you don't point out that there was actually no picture even taken of Ryan.
Yeah,
Wiley.
so nothing actually happened. The person actually decided not to take his picture. For whatever reason, maybe they didn't feel comfortable doing it. Maybe they went to do it and he asked them not to do it, or whatever. Maybe the establishment intervened.
I don't think Ryan Wiley knew that someone recognized him until after the fact. Maybe I'm wrong.
Who knows?
Basically, Ryan Wiley got upset because someone on Twitter saw him somewhere and said, "Weird, Ryan Wiley's here."
Yep.
And that was
they
all.
did give the location.
Sure, but they just said, "I'm here at this Arby's and Ryan Wiley's here." How weird is that? Which is pretty much the same thing Ben was saying. Like,
I don't think it was Arby's
or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But Ben basically did the same thing. He was at Kingmakers. All of a sudden, Anita Sarkeesian is there. We've talked about her several times. She's a prominent fucking media figure. It's weird that she's there.
Okay,
Yes, of all places.
Well, let me ask you a question. So, what if someone had been a fan of Anita? She said, "Oh, I'm too nervous," and took a picture of her. Would the guy also be saying, that person should be prosecuted?
No,
as well?
it definitely has to do with my affiliation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's judging it based upon that, and really didn't. What harm was caused to Anita Sarkeesian? Was her life put in jeopardy in some way? Was her reputation ruined? I mean, what ill befell Anita Sarkeesian from your action? And as far as I can tell, nothing.
Nothing at all.
Two, it's really creepy and stalkerish, and people.
Well, that's an opinion.
It's so stalkerish when you're at a place and then someone that you never knew was going to be there.
Ben was there beforehand.
There.
Why? How is that stalkerish? If Ben followed Anita Sarkeesian from her hotel to there, came inside with the intent of taking a picture of her, that would be stalkerish.
I left before she left and went home. I don't even know how long she was there.
No, not at all.
Wouldn't stalkerish be like following her? Doesn't stalking involve following?
Yes, of course it does.
Stalking involves stalking?
It's called like stalking your prey. Like,
Right.
you know, if a lion's hunting a gazelle or something, it tries to hide and, you know, to still see what it's after. You know, it's the same thing. Ben was not there trying to get Anita's attention or trying to interact with her in any way, nor did he. All the backlash happened afterwards, so he did not interrupt her evening at all in any way. He did not go, I'm Ben of the Drunken Peasants, I'm taking your picture, fuck you, you suck.
Nor would Ben do that.
Yeah, nor would Ben do that to begin with, because he knows it's stupid and futile. He would not bother doing that.
But here's where things need to be explained. I got into a bit of a fracas with one of the numbskulls.
Fracas.
What is this, the fucking Old West?
He got
Bit of
into a
fracas.
fracas with a numbskull. I got into a bit of a fracas with a numbskull.
Well, we got us a bit of a fracas around the corner. You know, like what?
Hit them off at the pass.
Exactly.
Before they start a fracas.
Because he believed that a restaurant was an open-air area like a mall where you could take pictures, and that therefore it was a freedom of speech thing. I'm going to explain why that's not the case. I'm also going to go into a little bit of detail about why this
guy who's an amateur photographer, or maybe even professional, I don't know, is now going to explain his interpretation of, you know, the law and saying, he thinks it's illegal. Like, he's not a lawyer. His legal opinion is worthless. He's not an expert. He's a layman, just like us. So I'm not saying I'm any more valid on the subject, but to me it seems like I don't really see where the harm was done. I mean, if we use Anita's image to try to sell something, you know, such as like, hey, this is the Drunken Peasants, you know, best of Anita Sarkeesian being a bitch, and we put that image of her up and like, we're selling this image, that's one thing. I mean, even if it's a private establishment, no one told Ben. There was no signs posted saying he couldn't do it, and he took a picture. If they'd asked him to stop, then he would have.
Yeah, and people take pictures inside of restaurants and bars and shit all the time.
Yes, and by this individual's own admission, he takes pictures of random people walking around.
But to him, he's like, well, in these pictures that he shows in the video, which we're not showing the video because it's just boring, it's just still images, you know, the people are facing, like, you know, it's basically from the back, so you can't identify them, so therefore what I've done is okay because you can't identify them and it's in a public place.
So what if you only took pictures of their ass? You can't identify them then, right?
Yeah, true, and if they're in public, they're on the beach or something, why would anyone even care? You go to a beach, you take pictures of women, they're in a public space. What's the big deal?
Is that, like, less creepy than what I did?
I would say that is a good deal more creepy.
Good deal more creepy.
Right. Oh, no fucking way, man.
But according to him, totally legit, though.
Yes.
That's legit. Yeah, you'd have to agree.
Oh, there's that picture.
Yeah.
Broke the law in Ohio, and really, if Anita Sarkeesian wanted to,
that's
she can
you're
sue
a
this
legal
guy. I
layman,
don't
so
know
you
if
can't
she
only
will.
determine
I
if
think
someone
she
broke the
should
law or not,
personally. I would
sir.
love to see
Sorry.
that happen. She could also make some other arguments in that particular kind of
Sure, she
court
could make
case, but
arguments.
I would.
She doesn't even
advise her to
care.
actually
Here's
sue
the funny
bastard.
thing, dude. Anita doesn't even care, really. She said it was creepy and she moved on. That was it. That she has a right to have that opinion, that's fine. But, I mean, she doesn't care this much about us. Why do you care so much? Like, if she really feels that she was wrong, yes, she has legal remedies and legal recourse. She chose not to exercise any of those options because she would rather just, I guess, focus on something else and not worry about something that was totally innocuous that did not harm her in any way.
Yep.
Bastards that way. That, you know, somebody would actually be held accountable for their behavior for a change.
People are held
So
accountable for
why
their
is
behavior all the
this
time.
not legal in one case and legal in another? I will try to explain that now. When
Oh,
it comes to
thank you.
photography, when you're in public park, a bike path, a sidewalk, for instance, when you're in public, you really do have a right to photograph whatever you like.
Whatever you like,
This would
right?
also
That's not true.
include,
That's
for
also not
instance, what
true.
happened-
If you're in public, I can stand on a sidewalk in front of someone's home and film them having sex. I have no right to film what's going on in their home. what you're saying is not just a bit, like, look, there's so many different issues with these laws. You can't just say, I blanketly can tell you 100%, being a legal layman, because this guy has never said, unless he actually has some sort of degree, like law degree, or specialized in this area of law, there's no way he can make the determination that anyone broke any fucking laws. He's not a judge, he's not a lawyer. Why is he lending a legal opinion? He has no business even talking about the laws. Sure, he might have some basic understanding of the law. Doesn't mean he can delve into this issue and just say, hey, I know everything about this and I can declare this. But why is he bothering? He doesn't know what he's talking about.
The problem too is with the standard he's trying to set up is that, you know, okay, if you're not allowed to take pictures in this area, that means that if you go to, you know, someone's birthday party at a restaurant and you take a picture of the group, as that often happens, what if there's some people in the background who didn't consent to be in the picture? Do they now have a case against you?
According to him, they probably would. Which I don't think makes any sense. I think, you know, if we're talking about common sense laws, what anyone did in these scenarios, what Ben did, what this guy did, or didn't do, who cares? Unless there's some sort of profit being made from this person's likeness, or, you know, Ben is harassing this person, or the other guy was harassing Ryan Wiley. None of these criteria were met. This is such a banal situation that has been just like, it's like, you know, a fucking lemon that's been squeezed to the fucking rind, just trying to make these people like vilified, and it's just ridiculous. Do you guys have anything else to say about this junk?
The incident in Baltimore,
Fuck
where
this.
they filmed the
This
arrest
guy's
of this,
garbage.
This man that was now
Bye-bye, White
very
Knight.
clear from the autopsy and from the charges.
Oh, I thought we were going to get to the other part.
Yeah, fuck him. He's so boring.
It's too dull.
Okay.
It's too dull to...
He basically just said that TJ belongs in prison.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And
Okay,
TJ, and there's a jail cell waiting for TJ. That's
yeah,
all it is.
just like your daddy.
Just like your daddy.
Your dad went to jail, and someday you go to
You're
jail
gonna
too.
go to
You
jail
just a
too.
scammer like him.
And when you have kids, TJ, they're gonna be in jail as well.
And the sins of the father will be visited
For 7
upon the son
generations.
for 7 generations.
The Old Testament does not fuck around, dude.
Drunken
Peasants
podcast.
All right, so what do you want to do next?
Is tonight, or do we not have enough questions, or is tonight?
Oh, we've got tons of questions. We've been on for a while now.
I guess let's do a few questions.
Let's do some questions then.
We said we do some questions. Let's do some fucking questions.
Questions.
Let's see. I don't know what time it is. 11:60. Let's do like questions for like 15 minutes or something. I have that shirt.
How about volume, bitch? Come on, talk
Because
louder.
I was just wondering if you guys have ever had like a really bad argument or falling out amongst yourselves. Thank you.
Oh God, probably not of the three of us, but me and TJ have had some pretty...
Sure. I mean, like, you heard the story about the toothbrush, right?
Yeah, that's like not even the worst.
Oh, that's not even the worst one.
No, but I loved it. It was so hilarious.
We could be here all night, so you know what, TJ? I'll let you pick a story.
How about the one where I don't remember, you were just being a little shit in general.
That sounds like me.
Like Scotty was just like totally like trying to push every button I had for some reason this one day. I guess he was pissed at me for something. Who fucking knows?
Who
I don't
even knows?
I
just wanted to fuck with
it was
you.
all about.
Well, how old were we?
I don't know. You were probably 18-ish, and I was probably 20-ish.
Oh yeah, I was definitely fucking with you then.
No, I was a little older. I was probably like 22, and you were probably like 20.
Yeah, 1920. Okay, cool.
Something like that. And I don't know. You fucking mouthed off, and I fucking just like punched you in the face. And then I started like beating you into the ground, and then I stopped, and then you went and got like a big stick to like pummel me to death. And then fucking Steve and his friend JD and Stevie and Mom had to like stop you, and then you fucking like called Dad and got him involved.
Oh yeah, you know what? We were arguing about something, and then I said, "Why don't you just hit me?" Then then I looked away, and you sucker punched me.
You looked away, and I sucker punched.
No, I was trying to say something to like Mom or Steve or something, because they like said, "You just need to calm down." I think I was about to yell at them, and then the last thing I said to you was, "Why don't you just do it then?" And then you started hitting me, and you just beat me down. And then I was like, "Oh, really?" And I went and grabbed the fucking like blunt stick, and I was about to go after TJ. TJ started running away because you actually got scared at that point because he knew I was gonna beat his ass
with a stick.
I was gonna beat him down for fucking sure. Like he ran.
What about the time that I jabbed a fucking katana through the door?
Oh yeah, you got pissed at me. You jabbed a katana through the door, and luckily I moved away from the door. I was like, "Holy shit!
Holy shit,
Yeah.
TJ, you're an attempted murderer."
TJ is.
He came at me with a knife a time before that, though. So
there was one time that me and TJ, like, when I was a little kid, because TJ was so much bigger than me, I'd always like grab like a weapon or something. So me and TJ got into an argument, and I forget what it was. It was typical kid shit. But I just snapped for some reason. I was so pissed at TJ. I think he was like fucking with me too. And he said something to me, and I grabbed like a fucking like butcher knife thing. I was like, "Really, TJ?" And TJ like looked at me, and that's the fastest I've ever seen TJ move in his entire life. And I was like crazy angry at TJ.
Well, the thing is, though, Scotty would grab knives all the time.
Yeah, Scotty, get
and be like, "I'll fucking
no
cut
way."
you piece of shit." And, you know, I'd just be like, whatever, he's a bitch. But then this time I actually saw, like, the murder in his eyes, so I'm like, I better go, because he's about to stab me otherwise.
I was like, I went fucking crazy. Like, I remember, like, we're in the room, I knocked the lock off the door, and I was, like, fucking pushing the knife. I'm like, "I'm gonna kill you, TJ!" I was so fucking mad at TJ.
There's many stories like this.
Typical brother shit.
Hey, Drunken Peasants. My question is for Ben and Scotty, because, you know, fuck TJ. What a fucking asshole.
Fuck TJ!
And
Fuck
my question
TJ!
is,
Fuck
after you
TJ!
die, if
Fuck
you go to
TJ!
hell, who would be more torturous to be with for all of eternity? The unfunny comedian or Ryan Wiley?
Oh, God. Like, pick your poison, basically.
Do you want the shit sandwich or the vomit milkshake?
Yeah, I think the worst one would definitely be Ryan Whiny.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't agree with him on anything. Like, an unfunny comedian, you could probably just be like, "You know, I don't really like you. Why don't you stay over there or something?"
I agree.
Like, Ryan Whiny would be like the kind of guy, like let's say you're stranded on an island, like, "Let's try to solve this mathematically or something." Like, "Oh, God, dude, we're just fucked. Come on, there's nothing we can do." No! We're going to talk about this!
I still think it's so funny that someone created another Random Discussions podcast.
Yep.
The greatest podcast of all time.
The greatest podcast ever made.
Hey, Drunken Peasants. I was just wondering if you've ever heard of the YouTuber and scientist Aaron Raw.
Is he a scientist?
I guess. I don't know. Maybe.
I'm not sure, but yes, I've heard of him.
And if you have...
Yep.
Yeah, he hates GD's
I think she's
guts.
gonna ask. Yeah, she's gonna ask if we'd ever have him on the show. I don't think he'd ever.
No, he would never come on. If he hates TJ, there's no way.
I've even tried to extend olive branches there before, and he's still just like, "Fuck you."
Has he said that to you?
Not in
Probably-
so many words, but
Probably a little more intellectual and graceful, but pretty much like, "I want nothing to do with you."
You are reprehensible in mine eyes.
So there's no way he'd ever come on this show.
But yeah, I'd have him on if you wanted.
Yeah, but I think he's too petty. So.
I've watched his videos.
Open
before.
invitation to Aaron Robb, but he'll never take
He's
it.
too
It's- I
petty.
guess it's
too...
Aaron Raw, not Aaron.
Aaron Robb.
I've seen his videos. I think he's a snooze fest, honestly. I mean, he's had some good videos, but I think most of them are a snooze fest.
I think he's pretty good, but whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, Drunken Peasants. Here's my question for the Drunken Peasants podcast. Are you guys in any anime? Because I see you guys making references to anime.
We've answered this question 20 million times.
Yeah, we
Yes, sometimes we watch it, not all the
we're
time.
not hardcore fans of anime, but we enjoy some.
Yes.
Sometimes, yeah.
There you go.
Depends
Hey,
on the show.
Drunken Peasants. Ben and TJ, I know you guys vape. Scotty, do you vape?
No.
And
I think
to
cigarette
Ben
smoking
and
is fucking
TJ
disgusting,
and
and
Scotty,
vaping is
if you
disgusting
do,
as well.
What is your favorite vape, or what vapes do you have? My favorite is the Sigelli 150.
Oh, I'm not that much into it where I'm like, yeah.
This is Getty 150.
I don't have like these are my different vaping rigs and shit. I have exactly one and a few
what is it
broken
called?
ones. This one, it's I have a Nautilus tank and the fucking actual like unit thing is. Let me pull this fucking sheet off. It's a E-Leaf.
Okay.
iStick 30W. So.
And he spent a bunch of money on it, which I think is a total waste. But
Not that much, no.
Well, most people use vaping generally because they either enjoy it or because they want to quit smoking. You just use it because you want to vape and smoke. Which
Yeah, you do both.
Which makes no fucking sense, but whatever.
Yeah.
That's neither here nor there, I guess.
I just do vaping when I get home,
But
guys.
somewhere.
I vape when I'm out for a long time, and then if I'm at home, I smoke.
He needs like a constant feed of nicotine.
Yeah, it's all that keeps my consciousness together.
He just
guys.
needs a drip.
Oh, man.
It's all that keeps my
Hi,
fragile
DP.
soul.
I recently read some stuff about the studies that say that 1 in 4 women is sexually assaulted.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently some of those count, or I would say probably a lot of them, count sex while intoxicated as rape, so I think that kind of skews the numbers. But as far as consent laws goes, a lot of the country, I believe all of the country, considers sex while under the influence of any drugs or alcohol as rape. And I think that's kind of weird because a lot of times...
I don't know about that.
Both...
Yeah. You know, that's probably an oversimplification. But I mean, it's weird that that's the one behavior that you can do while intoxicated that it's not your fault. It's someone else's fault.
Yeah, if you're driving a vehicle, if a woman was driving a vehicle drunk, they're not going to say, oh, well, you were drunk. They'll just call you a ride. You know, you made a mistake. Go home. It's not what's going to happen to most people. They're going to end up in jail.
Yeah, so that's pretty strange.
Especially if they hurt somebody while they're driving drunk.
Yeah,
I mean,
so that's pretty weird that that's the one situation where we exonerate people from responsibility just because they chose to do drugs.
If a woman was
or
drunk and
alcohol.
she pulled a gun and killed someone, will we say, well, she was drunk, so doesn't really count? I mean, I don't follow the logic on that. Can there be times a woman is intoxicated and has been raped? Of course.
Yes, of course, yeah.
But I mean, just because two people have sex while they're intoxicated, is the intoxicated man culpable because he did it?
He's a man.
Yeah,
it's different.
You know,
some reason.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if he's intoxicated and she's intoxicated and they both decide to have sex,
you literally cannot make this rule work without
yeah.
establishing an unfair double standard.
Precisely, is what I'm saying.
And not only that, though, like when you say 1 in 4 women are sexually assaulted, that like also includes like things like street harassment and like someone grabbed her butt once in the office or something.
Most of these studies are they have a very flawed methodology, and it depends on respondents. Who obviously more people are going to respond saying yes, this has happened to me, than people are saying I don't care, it's never happened to me.
You know, we should actually know the statistics on. I mean, it's hard to
What is
gather.
it? There's
it's hard to
damn
gather.
lies, and statistics. You know what I mean?
Right, and it's hard to gather statistics on rape.
Take it with a grain of salt, obviously.
Going on, Drunken Peasants? I know, being the fine, cultured gentleman that you are, that you most likely enjoy the fine arts. That's why, as a musician on the classical end of the spectrum, was wondering if you had any interest in the fine art of classical music, or you had any favorite pieces or anything. And TJ, I hear you singing all the time, I wanna be the very best.
Like no
But no
one
disrespect,
ever
but you
was.
seem a little out of the age bracket for the Pokemon franchise, so...
Hey, hold on.
That's fucking funny.
First of all, there's shitloads of people who are my age or older that are into fucking Pokemon, and I'm not even one of them, alright? I liked that shit towards the end of my childhood, and it was mostly because I had a crush on Misty, which wasn't even weird at the time because I was a kid, so fuck you.
Yeah, I think you were only like 13 or something when you watched Pokemon. You were a little old for it.
I was
a
tad old.
Yeah,
but not like
I was
oh
too
my
old.
God,
yeah, you were way too
old
old for it.
this
Yeah,
shit.
you were, no. If you had gone to the Pokemon movie, Ben, people would have been like, "What the hell is this guy doing?"
Right.
Classical music. My favorite thing is the Moonlight Sonata by Beethoven.
Fuck you, Scotty.
I've gone to see orchestras play and I've enjoyed it, but I don't have I don't listen to it regularly, and it.
I like Wagner and Beethoven, and
You like Austrians?
You know, I like the big, bombastic, powerful, and I like a lot of John Williams scores and shit too.
Yeah, classical music is really interesting. I like it.
But
I'm no expert. Obviously.
I'm not an aficionado or connoisseur or anything. So
no way.
I'm not going to sit
Neither
here and
am
try
I.
to bullshit my way through it. I'm a fine appreciator of this
Yeah,
art
I
form.
don't listen to the classical station and go, oh, of course, Concerto No. 3. No.
So are we done, or do you want to move on?
Couple more.
Yeah, let's do two more.
Two more.
Unless there's a bad one or something.
Yeah, then we'll just do 3.
Hi, Drunken Peasants. I have a couple of questions for you. My first question is for TJ and Scotty. Scotty, if you ever had kids with your current girlfriend, do you think TJ would make a good uncle?
No.
And TJ, respond to this. My next question is for...
terrible influence.
Hold on, I'd be an awesome uncle. So you know what? Scotty's gonna be like this. Shut up, Ben. There's this strict fucking, oh, I'm Scotty and my authority must not be questioned because I am your guy.
I can't deny that. I would definitely be a strict parent.
And I'd basically be like the cool, bad influence uncle that drifts in every now and then and fucking tells the kids,
Let's go to McDonald's. Or
let
some
me
stupid
tell you
shit.
kids some embarrassing shit about your father. He's a real piece of shit, and you shouldn't respect shit he says.
Man, fuck you, TJ. You
and
fucking
undermine
pile of
his
shit.
authority and all this other shit. It's gonna take.
You're fucking garbage.
Every
dude.
time I leave, it's gonna take him weeks to repair the damage I've done.
Bullshit.
Ben, would you ever consider wearing WWE mask, including that of Kane, Sin Cara, and Rey Mysterio, etc., etc.? Thank you.
Why would Ben want to wear a jobber mask at this point?
Well, Kane doesn't wear the mask anymore.
Yeah, he doesn't wear it anymore anyways. But.
Yeah. I'd probably wear the old Kane mask.
Yeah, that's back when it was. I guess that's when he was cool.
Yeah.
Or cooler. Yeah.
But what about those other ones?
The other ones I'd have to like either stuff my hair into or have like hair like hanging down the neck part of it.
Yeah, that would be kind of
Rey
annoying.
Mysterio's a murderer, anyways.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
He murdered him.
No, he didn't.
He murdered him.
He murdered him.
It was a hit job.
Well,
Vince
I mean,
McMahon paid him off.
Well, he unintentionally killed him.
There was an accident, basically.
Yeah.
It's something they all accept when they go into it, unless someone like strangles someone to death or fucking, like hits him in the head with a
He
hammer.
unintentionally murdered him.
That's not murder.
He unintentionally murdered him.
No.
Unintentional murder.
Unintentional murder.
Just like you can summon demons that way.
Yeah, of course.
It's just like if in baseball, like if the pitcher throws the ball, the batter hits the ball really hard and it hits the pitcher in the face and kills him. That's not murder.
Murder.
No.
Murder most foul.
Yeah.
One more.
Case closed. One more question.
Final question. Who will it be? This guy.
Oh, hey, Drunken Peasants. Hey,
Egghead.
AK, clean your fucking pool.
Yeah, you got a bunch of debris in there, man.
Clean your fucking pool, you lazy sack of shit.
He's peeing in it right now.
doing this evening. My question for you guys is this. What are your plans for the summer?
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
I was
Yeah.
going to do drugs, sex, and rock and roll.
In that order.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Egghead.
Goodbye,
Bye-bye.
Egghead. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
My
Hey,
plans for
goodbye.
the summer are none of your fucking
How many
business.
fucking likes has this show gotten, Ben?
Let's see. Yeah, we can make one last plea for
How
likes.
many likes has this
It's not a plea.
dumb
It's a
show
request
got?
if they want to see Eggs Part fucking 2.
Eggs Part 2.
How appropriate
part
we close
fucking
on
2.
Egghead, then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how appropriate.
We have 2,598.
We're close, but we're not there.
I never really realized how often eggs come up in discussion.
Eggs!
The power of AIDS.
It's like I never realized how much bananas come up in discussion until that shit happened.
Yep.
Now Scotty's got eggs, but it's not quite as embarrassing.
No, it's
Shove it
not
up
the
his
same
ass.
at all. You couldn't shove an egg up your ass, really.
Well, you could try.
Yeah, I think
It would just
break.
fall
Yeah, it
apart.
would break.
What if it was hard boiled though?
It still would
It'd still fall
apart.
I don't know, because I actually did this thing in school that we were talking about the structural integrity of the egg, and actually,
Yeah, but that's
if you
not hard
grab-
boiled. That's a raw egg.
Yeah, but if you grab it, and you squeeze it, as long as you don't use your thumb to dig into it, it
Well,
won't
there's,
break.
there's also a difference. I don't.
That's
I don't
pressure
recreationally shove
distribution.
shit up my
Right.
ass, and you actually.
So I mean, like,
do.
if your ass is like distributing the pressure
Okay.
evenly
Good night,
around
everybody.
the circumference of the egg,
If you